9:35 in 104.5 FM. I tell you for your transfer the Monday edition of Nhyira Digital Passports and at the Abramo. Your transfer in Mr. Dumyenu and not your sorry. Na your sorry, Anna, your cofadum Cassian, of course. Etimi at the Abramo. Garbage on my decay. What transfer da or diamond and in commono. Ever dying. Oh, yeah. Na ya the fisam at the Atroso. Ama muntimi samo sada da bia me catch me dwumadie no enye radio so nkwa na betimi atie no in fact oba so here live na wasan atie bra dwumadie no ekoso studio ha de ayo ha bia no betua ha age se oba YouTube Nhyira TV na wa subscribe wi a odo message na ka ho na weekend games etodwa no onsu timi ade wadwenche na fa na yakoba yakenka dodo na no etimi edi amamunti gabi to matenase odian eko eye amanene nene my first question me bisaw in fact amuzu p question of the day no and say over the weekend team ben pa the disappointed team ben pa with the result omunya and team ben pa na beka say weekend we dey o disappointed pa obetimi edi answer no aba YouTube Nhyira TV. Ye come na near bani abekenkan ni na natimi edi amamo na de tene se Arsenal in fact the early kickoff no Aston Villa ekire se omutimi Arsenal pa omutwomo eye 2-1 Bournemouth and Chelsea akoto obi antimi anche bi ho Man City Champions Sunderland antimi ante Leeds and Liverpool na se mi busawu Liverpool for them some na mutimi yi asem na no Liverpool misramo ade na ekoso hwan na yem hwan pa nti aye Liverpool sano na sa game no na Mohamed Salah in fact abrante de sempi ade akotu ja say Liverpool ni se do bia un problem say nyo no na se mo koka ye in fact akofan sempi ade abani nyina na yakoba enne aye Manchester United day because anyway we na be ko shom woto na oko aye Spain so de tiene Barca ko twa Real Betis kanum Emma Betis for ne take economy ensa Real Madrid ade chi no mu kobo mu game a Madrid tifie in ababe some memory set me right ababe 19 years or so Celta Vigo in fact some enya correct na makachem so Celta Vigo so omoko Santiago Bernabeu akosha Real Madrid no na ebinsi in ababe 19 years in fact Celta Vigo ko twa Real Madrid e kam mienu Emma Madrid for no entimi anti kanaba kokra no so yedi nkomo no ade ba na Madrid for no said ombu asiefu no Napoli so twa aju we kamienu a omote kano eye baako Bundesliga o Germany so no sugar tifie Emma almighty Bamrik ekotwa me kanum amo entimi anti kanaba kokra PSG so no in the friend league echere na etwa me kanuma amo so entimi anti eye kano Ghana Premier League Monday 13 House of Folk and the commercial son of Nubia the war, will be a collusion game. Our away. Ho United Chakotoko Kabako, Ama Intimiantanana, Kaimzi to say, Opakoto supporters in there, and so Acho, Sansana Caroline Sutenefe, it's a House of Folk a Caminua, Amon so Intimi Ante, and the other games in the narrative for Yatanasi, Yabedin Komono, Etimi at the Amamo. Name just the inform, Garbage Ram, Gabi the foreigner. Adia common in the Banafe, Yebedin Comono, Etimi Adi, Amam Richard and ye. Young Quay, na Yencha Jumadiana say, Mfemfi Amanina Iwia, Abuja 450 Manfred, and a Bismarck, also Ben Payala, Abacamonia di Jumadiano. Chishamuno, Etimi Adi Abramo. Good morning, a common in Yaba.
Good morning.
Patron, how to say?
Madam. Me hoye.
Ede ya mi see.
Mini na.
Easier na.
Fine. Na. We dem so.
Are the doctors name here?
Me anam hwem.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
If I say we dem so.
Oh, yes, self medication.
O said diclofenac ni ade e wa ti me nom. Me the topical spray and I'm bandages. My bandage on my trousers now.
Okay. I call walking. You go for years.
I suppose our body in Iowa. NHS when you fit no walk na ngasa dey wait me and now call that sorry I say no you are born side by side.
And
yeah.
From Sokoban to Ahodo roundabout.
Yeah.
Then back to Sokoban.
Yeah.
Jinemusa.
But I know I don't try. Me do
ambulance man so be fu me say masa me what danger Chelsea. But then you na Sokoban.
Yeah.
Krono ene
Yeah.
Nkura atwa Sokoban ho hye no amoya ade pa. Mama yenua Fatilu nenim abanyam yedamase nyamenchamo.
I think the
mobile ma work no yefe.
Yeah, I think the senior work now Fatilu ni me din komo Samuel last week. So Jack ade no menye no nipa be 150 and 200. So Jack entwe be 50 be. So dey you mbeba o. Fatilu only 50 ni 150 200.
Me do Sokoban.
I was surprised too.
Crowd no.
Yeah, pleasantly. I'm just surprised.
Come on.
Me catch Ayala about together. Me can say wow. They shown a lot of love.
I'm not just on Fatilu.
On behalf of Fatilu, you be do mase.
Yeah.
Yes, you buy no so no much you feel so. Yes, you that's it.
A good fellow na me dwen ho.
Ade.
You no work we ya no say for flight.
Aye.
At the concrete.
Good fellow too is and now he showed a lot of love. That means say he came from Accra.
Say no holding.
Yeah, a lot of the world.
Holding papa.
Accra be eventi. I mean shall be yesterday. Even us when more the marketing team from Accra that also came to pass through. And Fatilu himself, we are supporting Fatilu Biaro. What says Nyamisha? Baby, our time, I always see you seeker. Nyamisha Mumama, on behalf of Fatilu, me shows on one bar. He will do it, but then, yes, yeah, they are kitchen. Rich, this weekend, this week, and saying here, we are there, you can't take betting and winning away from the game. And sometimes it is good. Sometimes it has to be managed. And that is why the BRC analysis now we want to add the tips to you. Teams are winning and people are making money. And then now there was a big boom for us. I Saturday the way analysis and then we'll give you the codes to go and get some good wins. The amount what journey Nhyira TV. Please do that. Which just before I go on, so we say the year no asu. Now YouTube dey be my friend of the yearly recap. Now on Twitter. Omo mota share mu tie na we say first on Facebook o ba YouTube no. Omo ko YouTuber top 5 ni e wo Nhyira TV. Okay. Top 5 no say omo Kenya sports like the problem with it I've been watching the Nhyira TV channel, but because of sports they do. It means on Twitter, so you some target. They kept on tagging us throughout the day. All of them means me phone you be can pick up thank you to all of them. But to all of you, especially those that come from Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, no. And you have been or your top 0.1% of those that watch Nhyira TV on YouTube. Okay. These are constantly easier. Nhyira and we are sure say Bibi Abe come. Which start for the Italian Serie A. Now Bibi Abe English Premier League no points no be. But how close it is in the Italian Serie A, we've not paid too much attention to it. Points no be. When you look at Milan, Napoli, Inter, Roma, Como, Bologna, Juve, Lazio, Udinese, and Sassuolo, which similar and close in terms of points. In fact, the points build up between the first team and team or that 7, any 7 just 5 points. Do that 7 just like the English Premier League. And sometimes, whilst you can credit the English Premier League for the difficulty of the competition, on the side of Italian Serie A, it's probably about the level playing field in terms of finances. Sikani said and Norso, Obia Kakaka, Obia to players now, but on the same thing. In fact, the players that are in Milan are all French players from other clubs in other parts of Europe now. If you look at the Napoli team, same. They don't really buy stars, good players, young enough to want to play there. Same for Inter. Players that are getting into their 30s, later part of their career. Roma, you can say a younger team. Como, younger team. Bologna, same. And of course, Juventus. The managerial difference also make a huge tax. Now, this weekend, a big decider for all of the teams that are shown, including Napoli any Lazio, then Juventus also game. Napoli and Juventus, in a big game. The last time Napoli won the league before Antonio Conte came, it had taken them 100 years to be able to get there. No, not 100 years. I've seen the time of Diego Armando Maradona. And they managed to win under Luciano Spalletti. And Mbappe said, since then, for people like me who love the Italian Serie A, and I have Jenny say, maybe Inter will suffer, Napoli will suffer to win the league again. Until one of the specialists in winning leagues in Europe, Antonio Conte, came through and they did it. They did it without the regular stars and the names of Napoli, Luciano Spalletti, since then, Europe, the players Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, they've had to depend on David Neres, Noah Lang, Scott McTominay, Frank Andre Zombo-Anguissa. All of these players are the best of the best over there to still compete and go in and go and get a win. On the side of Juventus, it is a project that started with Thiago Motta. Motta had qualified Bologna to go to the Champions League after 40 years. And Abente from Riccardo Calafiori, one of these young Italian players, everybody. People thought that, okay, from the days at Inter, and of course the coaching career at the youth stage at Paris Saint-Germain, Abente from Thiago Motta had honed the job and understood what it takes to be a top manager. But he didn't fare well at Juve. I feel in my own analysis said, Juve for Gontone Money, who were not patient enough for Thiago Motta. He had to go. They had to go and bring in other coaches. All of them unsuccessful, and now they switch to Papa friend Luciano Spalletti. Now, Rich, if you trust coaches, you trust them at your own peril. Who is Luciano Spalletti? Edgy Napoli, Edgy League Review. Or see, or the Napoli Edgy League, on coach Italian club, be a PM.
The players, brother.
Where we are coach the Italian national team. And a Djibouti. After the Juve, remember by a fast.
As I agree.
Our year, this is the possible lineup that we're expecting for Napoli. We're expecting Bongiorno, Rachmani, any Shimbui Kema, and of course goalkeeper Milinkovic Savic, Nedek Shonum, Oliveira, Scott McTominay, Maranucci, any Di Lorenzo, Noah Lang, David Neres, any Albert F. and Rasmus Holland will lead the line for them. And so that the flamboyant Napoli side, but in the last few games, Noah Lang has been scoring, David Neres has been scoring. In the last game, in the Coppa Italia, almost qualified, but there was a draw in regulation time. Almost against a Juve team with Pierre Kalulu, Kelly, Chinko, Mianes, Locatelli, Thuram, Philippe Kostic, Weston McKennie, Francesco Conceição, Kenan Yildiz, and Loic Openda in there. Interesting game. I think at home, it's a good game that's going to produce more than a goal. So on a 1.5 inside game, you're very true. Now, Como has been on a good run. Okay, I say because 12 or 14 games that Como played under Church Fabregas, they have been playing well, they've been scoring, they have been unbeaten, Italian surrounding. But they are going to face their biggest test yet. That is going to be against Internazionale Milan, Milan crew on them, which is going to be very interesting. I would say, said Fabregas before the game, and he was saying thank you to everybody. He was saying thank you to all the fans who will be with us tomorrow. Our supporters deserve to enjoy moments like this. They give us so much, and we want to give something back. We will go out there with the right mentality and ambition to play our game. We know we need to deliver a perfect performance, which is true, which Como Betini Inter, unless the performance is perfect. Who's there? Yeah, my mama is also on Christian Kivu. Say at the beginning I didn't give him the credits to go on, but he has proven me wrong. Where he's hovering around on Enyabad, 27 points, just 1 point off Napoli Mono, you will give him the credit. And I like the fact that he has done the similar things. Onim, Nasimoni Izagi, Akanji, Federico Acerbi, Abante Alejandro Bastoni, Diouf, Nicolo Barella, Klanoglu, Zielinski, and Abante Di Marco make the midfield five. And of course, up top, Thuram and Abante Lautaro Martinez and Ejinebo Horum. I think that is also a game that Inter can win, but also the goals.
Bakofi, Fabregas, you're more about you.
We say I feel started.
No, he's doing marvelously well.
I feel started. Or something of football.
Time and no, but no, be say.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah.
But my nyini say Fabregas bet me affect me to say Como.
Yeah.
At the head of the year. To be honest with you.
Thiago Motta say mo di Bologna you.
No, but Como no. On the last season, they are doing very well.
But Bologna, Thiago Motta di Bologna yebi.
No, me mom to be honest with you, are shocking me.
Akwa is Thomas Frank yebi. Woman the Tottenham man afi akwaje egu. Yenyan to was here. It say yes now no be call there na to be back.
Oh, okay, I said my point. Ebia Akomo pressure said them you so obet me aye niema. And also probably players young players exactly, so you can manage them.
So when it goes to the bigger club, we make it jump now. They will see truly sexy and good. What is doing is good.
Zabi Alonso did Ghana.
But and then come here, but says Zabi Alonso the trainer season in the end. See, any bad sir.
Madu first one yard. Obviously, Liverpool is in another yard.
Obama didn't fall. But no, yes, that was the good news, bio.
Okay.
That was the saying same course between Vinny and friend saying Zabi Alonso. Yesterday they sat down, they quashed it. Until now, everybody's in one boat. Senana Mbappe, Eka Seomonye. Everybody's in tandem, one wavelength, and they will play for Madrid to get the winner. Which the Spanish La Liga is interesting. And then a bit on November first game. Now all of that third, just 5 points off Football Club Barcelona. Now they are a game now, very interesting because if they get a 3 maximum points, which I think they will win. I think Villarreal are one of the teams that will win this weekend on Saturday. I'm certain of that. Some teams that have 3 maximum points now, it puts them at a place where when Barca comes back to them, Madrid comes back to them, they can close in on them. I think Villarreal are playing very, very well this season. But Barcelona, 37 points, and of course, Tima, your friend Real Madrid, 36 points, and it was a good time back. Ocean Madrid, Barca for training, and everything else going to go on. Which Barca are playing against Real Betis at the La Cartuja. Now, last week, Betis and Sevilla elbow local rivalry, big one. Ewo Ramon Sanchez page 1. Betis won it. Former West Ham United manager Manuel Pellegrini moved away to go and beat them. Ewo Sevilla Cromon. Of course, all of them are in the Sevilla township. But then Ewo Ramon Sanchez page 1. They won that game. And Betis is also a very good team. The only thing is that they lack that consistency in Villarreal for the So that's why Villarreal perform better than them and Atletico perform better than them. But Barca are going away to go and play there. Barca in the last few games have been very good, especially in the Spanish La Liga. I think this is one of the strongest tests for them. Although, according to the head-to-head, Barca find it easier when they go here. In the last few games, Barca have been very, very good travelers when they go away to La Cartuja. But again, I think it's on terms of current form and the kind of threats are Betis won't make media moment. This game is probably going to be a tighter one than it looks like according to the bookmakers and on paper. It's a very, very interesting. Now, Hansi Itaflex said, I believe my team, when we are united, everything works. So it looks as if Madrid neighbors and you'll be singing the same song. We'll be United, United. Pedri is probably going to play second game. Especially Juan Garcia, Szczesny, Balde, Kobasi, Christensen, Araumo are going to travel when it comes to the games. So on. This is the possible lineup that we're expecting to see from Football Club Barcelona. Juan Garcia, Gerardo Martin, Paul Kobasi, Jules Koundé, Balde, Eric Garcia, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski, and then Rafinha, and the Lady Lions. Last week, a word for Gerardo Martin at left centre back, and he's a natural. I was saying, I remember one time after the show, Mika said Barca will need a natural left-footed centre back because it's important in a modern game, and the way Hans Philippe was born a ball. Some Barca fans say, then how can we don't need it? If you are right, you can play on the left. But Gerard Martin in that area looks much more comfortable than even Christensen because the angles favor him and he's able to progress the ball better. Pedri, back into the team, and we're expecting a midfield of Eric Garcia, Pedri, and Frankie de Jong. I think Barca have a high chance of winning this. But either team to win over 1.5 just to avoid any form of shockers is a very good bet if you want to hedge and protect your money. Then Madrid will play at the Santiago Bernabeu. Almost playing Vigo in an interesting game where Madrid will want to return back to winning ways. Which Madrid Beshe against Celta. If we were going away to Celta, I would have been worried for Madrid. because Madrid themselves are not good travelers this season. Plus, when they go away to that ground, it's not too much of a good place for them. Madrid at home is good. Again, I think that Madrid for now have gotten the arrival or the return of Abranche Feno, Antonio Rudiger at the right time. Because we say our leadership not only your partner, so sometimes it was probably going to affect them in terms of game management. Antonio Rudiger provides the calm head in the team that guides the younger players, and the many stars are our partners when they did the last time. Trent Alexander-Arnold out of this game because he was injured, by Franco Mastantuono back in it together. It's a branch Feno. Jude Bellingham, which is a very good one for them. I think Zagami had more chance. It's a game where Football Club Real Madrid wins it. Yeah, Atletico Madrid are away to Samame.
Debao.
Debao ne di enye. La da no ne enya ye ka. Enye away home baby enye. And Atletico Madrid traditionally also thrive over them. But again, I suspect that there's going to be game back where shock even in the Spanish La Liga. I will not be surprised if it is this game. And it's another game where I will hedge. I'd rather go for the goals that I'm setting off, or and let's come and do double chance. So I need that team to win on 1.5, which I think will be much more better, and it give me the comfort to wait till I number to see if any of the games still can win. I would love that. Which last week, na Nkofobi Obi to say Gary Neville. No, say Arsenal, we need the games against Brentford and Chelsea. It's an automatic win for the English Premier League for them. I think that he forgot to add Aston Villa. If Arsenal are able to beat Aston Villa, it puts them in a much more better position. Yes, a 38 game league. After about 13, 14 of the games, just a few game weeks spending about. It's not enough, just about 1/3. There's too much left to jump into conclusion. But again, it's able to paint a picture for you to see maybe a league, echo. And that's it. The early kickoff today is Arsenal versus Aston Villa.
Tough game. Very, very tough.
You don't even have to say it. Very, very tough.
Because I'm in any team form no mafani.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start here.
Yeah.
But it seems you're quite a team picky.
Exactly.
They are doing so well.
Exactly. Now the team is playing very, very well. Now, the interesting thing of the English Premier League is that in the Italian Serie A, there is the point clamp up or up top area. No? In the English Premier League, from Obi or that 4th and 14th, 5 points when they separate you. And it's Manchester United fans who are confident say, Nanyaya come here through Chelsea forward champions, the 4 points pay. Nya Eko Kosuna 1 point pay. So between Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Sunderland, Brighton, Man United, Liverpool, and Everton, just 4 points are in between these clubs. What it means is that the way fixtures ever taken fast, you can't afford to be dropping points. Who dropping points, baby, you'll be in trouble. And then other team will be sound. And we can last week say, a time we and a team. Because the statistics in now, about December, January, February, now if you want to and then you are gone. And this is where teams would have to be very, very careful. We'll start at Villa Park. Which, I have 2 questions for you in this game. Is this game going to be hinged on midfield, Anna? Villa tend to have some of the good midfielders. Wow, Nipa Morgan Rogers as a 10. And maybe number 10 or Timmy Ebo as an 8. The one day he works hard off the ball, on the ball, and the physicality, we need ball on the back. But again, also the intelligence on the ball and the technical strength. Again, Ewo Fifo and Boubacar Kamara Shaho, they have Amadou Onana, they have Yuri Tilima. And people always forget, but John McGinn for me is the most important midfielder. Whether he plays as a fullback or as a midfielder or Villa team, he's one of the most difficult players to deal with. But
how they compare the Arsenal midfield, yeah. Arsenal midfield
without Declan Rice. Whoever said Mikel Arteta, the last game, there was a story that Declan Rice most likely doesn't feature in this game.
Is it confirmed?
Mikel Arteta, friend is in a pre-match press and now. He didn't want to give so much, but again, he
didn't confirm who a prayer now on pride.
No.
Okay, so
in the last game that they played,
Aston Villa number.
Yeah, Onone Mosquera, they had gotten injured in the last game that they played.
I mean, I feel still Arsenal midfield no ahead of Aston Villa.
Martin Ibanez will be Mendy. It means that Mikel Merino will be back to the midfield.
Sure. so no more so eche
I don't
but
agree.
ade ba kon aye free game
Yeah.
The una Emery factor no.
Yeah.
Una Emery no kuta has na pay.
Remember say call to was you call. But because say there's still the
midfield the still now I feel Arsenal befa.
Zubimendi Merino. So is he going to play Miles Lewis Kelly? Okay, Odegaard is back. So maybe you play Zubimendi Merino, two Sociedad boys in the middle, and play Odegaard or maybe start Eze as a 10. So that's going to the Arsenal midfield.
Sure.
Whilst Aston Villa will come with Amadou Nana, John McGinn, and Morgan Rogers.
Onana wa can have za nyumza.
And yes, I'm talking about the collective. Individuals, no pay.
I say offer player for player midfielder. Arsenal dey no so.
But this is the same midfield Omodi had Arsenal in the last few seasons.
This is a different Arsenal.
No, but it was the same Arsenal with Rice.
I know, but
Merino.
we say Arsenal team we. What do you mean compare last season 2 seasons ago? But it's a complete team.
No, it's not.
And we know how to manage and get the result.
Okay, but it's not completely different in terms of personnel. But you're saying that it's completely different how to manage and play the game. Great, but so do you think that Arsenal win the game automatic of Villa Park?
Difficult game, but Arsenal win.
Straight win for
very difficult, but Arsenal win. Game of Arsenal and draw that.
Arsenal doesn't win this game for me. Yeah, these are the games that Arsenal will not win. Arsenal will not be perfect throughout the season.
Games be saying to Arsenal Sean Bobreno.
Oh,
I'm sure we are seeing now. This season is our season.
No, teams like Chelsea and Arsenal.
I know Unai Emery. Also, only Arsenal for no unfinished business. We will feel so moment to tinye. Time over Arsenal.
So Arsenal results. I'm going to tinye. No.
On only shoe says and Arsenal for man time.
Yeah.
They said on Mama Mikel at a time now.
But at the beginning, Mikel's results were there. Mikel won the FA Cup at the beginning, and you could tell say all progressing. On Unai Emery, none of results new. Unai Emery is a good coach, but Arsenal didn't work. Maybe there are things that I don't.
This is the time of person catch Arsenal for say. Maybe I say come on time.
Oh, that's what I showed 2 seasons ago.
So I was all twice. And you so I'm the Belgian league. That makes the game a bit banana skin.
It's not a bit banana skin. It's a proper banana skin.
Aston Villa team. I'm for form, but I'm saying Arsenal.
Now yes, that season now on the Arsenal side, right? I
know that Chelsea my Arsenal team no. Look, when we said this season, me say Arsenal game back. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Go for no team off.
Interesting.
Omo team pap.
Incredible.
And you know mu jam shame no.
Arsenal when you jam. Arsenal jam. That's what
I dey tell you it's about boy bi ni.
And
you look refreshed. Me trim me.
Arsenal jam Chelsea.
Akwa ho todo.
Arsenal jam
Chelsea. Omu jam.
But Richard Arsenal and see how person to 2 any reason. Arsenal jam Chelsea. Arsenal jam Chelsea. We have played Arsenal with 10 men.
Away.
Against Stamford Bridge. 10 man here send 1 and send over bet.
Any question say?
1-1. Until no any ladies when they don't know jai.
Who gave me a ball 1-1 at the chen when you serious?
Because we are but see it in Arsenal more but say through Kawa. That's not some the same thing can be la matching. Any nya red cards and the ball draw. And when you say say nya wo be ka de nya na ko so park so. Park the boni.
I'm from Molis.
Also I was for Everton. And I got in the team. Fabo West Ham. Team West Ham. Why you know now can say? What do you see from Daniel? Who that they move? Who West Ham Vatican?
To me, they make me.
On the one day we are so
much. Me dey dey move you.
We are buying another one.
I'm sure screen is one. I'm not taking time me. But me, in fact, you game in now. I knew. Say yeah, second goal probably in 90 minutes and go for the second.
Villa are winning almost 8 out of my last 9 matches. So Liverpool put a show. So like all of us are saying, it's going to be a difficult game. Okay. Christian Mosquera is out. The injury list now keeps on getting longer. We'll wait to see if Declan confirmed to also be out of that game now. If it's not, it means that we will still have Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Eze as a midfield 3, Amadou Nana, Boubacar Kamara, Louis Telemann, and John McGinn is going to be in there in a game that's going to be very interesting. Which a match where you and a year me yapa when Enzo Maresca did not maximize the opportunity he had against Leeds United. I felt Leeds were much more beatable than Bournemouth. 2 teams now a similar record in the last 5 games. So but you see, it's Christmas. And me, I know my Chelsea. For the Christmas, send you there. Anyone wants a Chelsea at least 3 points. Was I'm a check Bournemouth 3 points. And that is the worry. That is why for me, going into the Leeds game, we should have taken it more seriously. I do not understand why I started with Malo Gusto. Even if someone arrested Risa, play Gusto. No, but Chaloba anybody, and I said Chaloba any a champion. That would have given us a better chance. But now in this game, it means that everybody will come in. And Enzo Maresca say Wesley Fofana is ready to play 1 game a week. And into one more Leeds match, or Bournemouth match. I think it's similar also for our branch friend Reece James, and Reece is going to be back. You are nominated for player manager of the month of November. I think Maresca is going to win the month of November. I also think say either Igor Thiago, sorry, and as our branch friend Reece James, all of them will win the player of the month also there.
Where the fashion pass minimum say time no but I mean you are a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Until I maybe this question. Meti Enzo Maresca all cast is were confused.
Yeah.
Confused in the sense that
did you listen to that he said?
Yeah, I've listened.
Okay, because me say me say Andy can I have not heard it.
Not all cassette.
Although my share the whole
interview only because say on your rotation, yeah, Chelsea it seems result number.
Okay, so I think that he is the part of the pre-matcher. Journalists we can be sir Enzo say John Terry akọ video.
Yeah.
Now John Terry criticized say yes sasa. Yeah. And on can say the confusion that he's talking about is say you players one rest your mbepra. Yeah. Or rest your so or rest your so na team lose because
now this is my question.
Yeah.
Now Yemfa move on in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And raise eyebrow say Chelsea best spend over 1 billion.
Yeah.
Now coach didn't mean rotation because coach in Uti now team no so.
Yeah.
What I say?
Yeah.
Enti ana yense sana no mo munya bi mo no. Omo so ntimi mabo game ni bi.
Yeah.
So Chelsea ntimi nya sa dia. Now my question is then that over 1 billion I'm spending here no. As a question kakra wo.
Oh yeah, I think it does. Obia raises that question a legitimate question.
Because Arsenal Arsenal games are sometimes Mikel Arteta again 4-5 changes. Arsenal will continue to win.
You see again, you can't compare. And you say I'm about one. He raises question. Why should next time we have a question? I make that one can answer more. Who is a question?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to
there be how I think so sometimes and you were
it's a legitimate question.
I mean, yeah, no, also obey all the control side. I mean, yeah, no. Who will not be trolling me and we're trolling me. Yeah, me can say. Who the Arsenal Bema and you and ye. Because Arsenal been doing this for 7 to 8 years. Arsenal have chopped and changed. You come back. They probably might have spent less, but then more players in terms of going in and coming out. Again, my question for me, if you discuss 1 billion without the context of Antonio Rudiger or free Chelsea, Messi Mount or Pesoko, Kai Havertz that wanted to go, Jorginho's contract extension, Angolo Conte, you are not being fair to the club. But again, on the surface level, yes, because why do you spend 1 billion in Disasi at baby 8 minutes and 21?
And what Chelsea
so why did you buy him
in the first place?
And then Akotonese is not good enough. But you see at the beginning because the owners need buying and always say any baby almost but you can't go for a Graham Potter. Started buying certain players, go for Pochettino.
Naguano
Graham Potter. So on the coaches wedding for national team. The first game you're born 4.
No, I'm going to coach
Alexander Isak when you first man you're born 9.
I'm going to
but Graham Potter I can't get to you come and lose me Juma Graham Potter. I go and visit you.
Ready young go the certificate go nyano one of the man
man enye bad so the Graham Potter Ten Hag go for
why
Graham Potter Ten Hag
omienu
aye
you know this
is a game that Enzo Maresca should try and win.
Okay.
Because Bournemouth is a good side at home. But on the form, they've lost some key players. So Bournemouth, I think Chelsea should win this game. Although in all of my slips, I've said it, I'm in fact Chelsea in my slips because I don't want to add any emotional attachment to Sika. So I need that team to win on over 1.5 if you still want to put it inside. I'm certain that there are going to be goals in there. Tottenham must be betting against Brentford. I think Newcastle betting Burnley. Man City is betting against Sunderland. It's not going to be a straightforward game, but I'm expecting to see my friend Manchester City an important win against Sunderland. also matching. All those Sunderland are giant slayers. I think City and Sunderland are either team to win on 1.5. Right. Liverpool are away to Leeds United also. The last time I'm about draw LFA, I believe that Liverpool in this game, Leeds United match, you know, it's a game where goals will come. It is not a game where maybe a lot of straight win about Liverpool, but maybe goals about each and now go for this car. Makani say usually when people come to you, they catch yourself face goals near the idea, maybe. So please do not listen to them. Just religiously stick the codes. Trust me. They be making the same way. There are times where one bet 80 me say all the 5 codes, and you mean that because in my mind, Obisika.
Shit.
And the Liverpool game was example. The next day, 3 solid codes won. Okay. On Friday it was good. Thursday they've won. I think that you are going to be on a streak from now till there Saturday. Don't miss out. Codes, you know, over in chat TV, you are able to make your screenshots, but also. First one, maybe Obama already so a BW26D3DC2A. That is the first one. Second one, a BW26D36A71. Third one, a BW26C95360. Fourth one, a BW26C93E9D. And the last one, Nhyira TV on YouTube.
Okay.
These are constantly. He's here. I'm sure to get there. No, 100 years. I've seen the time of Diego Armando Maradona. And they managed to win under Luciano Spalletti. And Mbappe said, Yoma. Since then, for people like me who love the Italian Serie A, and I have Jenny say, maybe Inter will suffer, Napoli will suffer to win the league again. Until one of the specialists in winning leagues in Europe, Antonio Conte, came through and they did it. They did it without the regular stars and the names of Nisambao, Omuno Napoli, Luciano Spalletti, Jomo. Since then, Europe, Akoya Wishiwashi Kakra, the players of Mukoko, Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku, they've had to depend on David Neres, Noah Lang, Scott McTominay, Frank Andre Zombo Anguissa. All of these players are almost said the best of the best over there to still compete and go in and go and get a win. On the side of Juventus, it is a project that started with Thiago Motta. Motta had qualified Bologna to go to the Champions League after 14 years. And I benefit from Riccardo Calafiori, one of these young Italian.
Yeah, say ya boama foforo so ani atimi ate enti in that mode no ya kakrawa ya jeje no na so wode na ba be ka ho mbacho boama ade na wanka so pese ode ba wo ba insure from adwuma mu ha wood fundex ha wo se Nhyira bodo na so wode wo kakra ede eba wo pese ya tudin ya mpacho ya betudin wo fidiem ha ede ama ana afe wo pese wo send wo momo so a ede ya beba aye Clement Ayisa Apia no message betimi asend dia faso ya 0550 068822 0550 068822 na onso no Nhyira bodo no wetimi aboa ama foforo enso ani etimi adie panti afa yendi nkomo ewon krofo ama so na ye ready we so no enso asi eko na the story trend pa ye Mohamed Salah esanse last week Mohamed Salah eko ka se wono wadwene ho a wonima de konti Liverpool fire o madwen se on betwena so esanse no boa Liverpool boboko no enya fi na wo ba be preposition na as we start to be ahead of no Mohamed Salah I say bia Mohamed Salah kra ball no betimi abo ana say Mohamed Salah mo beta na sign there I not bent nyame anim nie was Liverpool Frankasa wan choma se ano no ankasa wan tene wan se onimo o se bibi na so say ne coach na mpanase mo sabi onima de papoti a as inter na say yen start the matches na yentie Mohamed Salah wono ankasa kasa na ensemo wodi tudwa no ebi enie.
Very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed. I have done so much for this club. Everybody can see that during the years and especially last season. Sitting on the bench, I don't know why. Seems like the club is throwing me under the bus. That's how I feel it. I think it's very clear that someone wants me to get all the blame. The club promised me in the summer for a lot of promises and nothing. So far, I'm in the bench 3 games, so I can't say that they keep the promise. And I said that many times before. I had a good relationship with the manager, and out of the sudden, we don't have any relationship. I don't know why. It seems to me, how I see it, it's someone doesn't want me in the club. It's not acceptable for me, to be fair. Like, I don't know why that's happening always to me. Like, I don't get it. I don't think I'm the problem. I have done so much for this club.
Muhammad Salah no was on you saw any problem no, but I say Obi ebesa ye di blames ni nyina ka se Muhammad Salah and my Liverpool enkoye say the panel say the Muhammad win pakro da den no enyo no na oba be point say e bi any pass mercy ozo obi mpen we team ti no wa hwa e de na say nyo obi ase Anslot na me say ne nkomo na nie na kwabra Anslot an ye ko bi sansa say na ne masi ko Muhammad Salah issue ye in fact reporter men say from Liverpool hierarchy ni say yes o mo back Anslot the Anslot ye bi o manager ho the Anslot be ye bia o mo so mo ye okay enti Muhammad Salah asem o ko kan reporter men say say o mbetwe na so enti in a part of aso twa na o me de ma say no ada yes o mo ha kuncha time na ba training no mo say oye okodi sense me okoke ka won sem no wasan ba ho no problem na o mo say na ayre so anopai 11 am anom be decide so mo di Muhammad Salah be ko Italy ana so mo fani ko ile esan say wo mo UEFA Champions League me so mo ko bo no Italy na Muhammad Salah na yaso wan we o mo fani ko Liverpool for no so chance dey asort be be aye and so obeja no ho say no de no be ko and dey ayan so tasem anya fina the hierarchy never be decide the amo paying head coach adima Liverpool bobo ko na no ye reporter men say ka awo dwuma dey so na legend ahodo adima Liverpool asasa ka se bubako Michael Owen na kwabana Michael Owen say yanka mo bia tell say hey Muhammad Salah na Salah dey anko so anko pe Muhammad Salah sempa na opaso imagine na wo wi dey akoso Muhammad Salah adwinimo be ma Muhammad Salah be ba bonte na ba be ka sansem we na ade ba ko obi anim say Liverpool boboko no na sasa so ma talking na no Muhammad Salah anko na ejidi sini na so and no doubt wo mo ba brant na ba so say why say de na wo ba be ko AFCON no obi a be ko AFCON na kwabena unya bi man ka kwanu tume eja say wo kwa represent wo national team wase enyo problem na nka ko na ko ye adwuma no ba na nka je wo ba be so betimi anya bi abo na so anya bi mana but this time ya wa ha say Muhammad Salah etutu bo de ba park so dia Michael Owen say in fact woni Muhammad Salah enya adwuma obi nka say o mo Liverpool no wabo ye pa nsem bi say dia kwabena wo so expect say Muhammad Salah be ba bontena wo ba be ka sem bi ati say entim anu ye reporter eba e wo dwuma die so better uko Brazil dia mpato player ba ko dia abasobo dia ye di ma no no eno nyansem kotwa kra enum aye Neymar de Santos mpato uko Santos bobo ko na eja edidi kendika dia ma branch de sanse na ka 3 matches no mo ko relegation na 3 matches no abrante ni yi ni yem 5 goals contribution ana ono som etim enya ye 4 goals ana abrante ne say ene obobo hat-trick esan ye assist edika ho anti make say o ma nya anko relegation na ano na okopie ma abrante we be 2 weeks ago ana eba say me fan say be 3 weeks ago ana eba say yes we pra ama doctors for captain say onkonkoye surgery esan so onkoye surgery emu ano kra ana yes abrante ne captain ni team ne say yes okoye surgery but team no ko relegation because ade be ne yapa yes we free air Saudi urban sika no agide wo hono se ni nyina aguya ana waba Brazil Europe tama oba na Klaus P ehia no na wanko na obeba Santos boboko no do makọ relegation in fact anu ya de na be ye ne ye penti anya de so obekọ akoye surgery no wabo ma team na akam anu ada ye bisa say so far sana niama esi akọ aka few weeks na tase wo contract ni nyina so na wadwini hu awie what decided dia obaya na me pato ne ma si yanka mo bia ntia say nyame anim ne wonwene ho he won decide bibia anu ada o mpo game ni bi so obi bisa say enfa pa no bekọ so ndi onim do onim pa ya say no bebo amatim no so no etman escape air relegation and anu ya dia neighbor anu ada tase aniama ko ye admana anopa ye ketre kakra adiama na ma men ko PSG na men ko di juma kakra esa say PSG boboko no o mo testa de René Etienne mo eto mo say in fact ma from afofra enyo mo so na nsan PSG enkoda ne to ma na eso mu do mo ho agro sa
pa but na no da omu adwuma 5 goals na omu so ya na abranta ni din Eddie Mayulu enya goal Vinta Valescaria Cliver but wonum enya 2 goals ana Mbaye enya ne de Gonzalo Ramos enya ne de nti 5 goals no omu so ya amati see league log na CD Lons womo ana LED with 34 points PSG ababa tosumi no with 33 ana Olympic Dumase 29 points pato enu bi ansukwa ayeli metopa womo nso no awo 29 points anom aye reporter etoja ewo dwumadi so but elsewhere another 5 goals and etoja kwabna Hurricane dia wodwi ne ho a won tell you will be our team kwabna at the 61st minute akọ chaso ba ya yetete ya ne tetra hey Hurricane wo roma 66 minutes go na atana akasa ana afe abrantia ne din so at the Stanisic enya ne dia answer Hurricane on the 82nd minute on the 88th minute but on hat-trick no aheti wabra abrantia de Colin Lema and pin the game wabra no my boy 11 minutes to 20 omo Stuttgart force na masa payini wo ha na test payini the payini ampa and answer Stuttgart for no mu he go kra beta vano enya ngintina no ye reporter but say Hurricane no aniema koye diamond when 100 goal contribution at the Bayern Bobo Kone in the German Bundesliga 76 matches 79 goals 21 assists that's what mean here just say say akwa 76 79 goals 21 goals assists masa when you fair the player and you dey crofo akoto ya omde abetwe ni mo ya daddy no aba for him daddy ni na tu said ye tie ni oba head and fat na muti no taman de oya adwuma Hurricane adwuma obeye na beji wonsem na league log no German Bundesliga sisiano after Monday 13 37 points and the chromo and RB Leipzig na tosumi no wo 29 kwa 29 points and the Chrome 28 Ekwa Borussia Dortmund na omotoso miensa and 9 aye buy no fall of a course in 23 and a tie the Hofian tosu num Stuttgart atosu insiam and ti ano aye reporter eto German Bundesliga and pay ye kete kakra dia ma na former player legend Edema Barcelona aye Gerard Piqué na Piqué akasa no ada na Gerard Piqué si yanka mo bi anta ya se sisi ano yawa clubs bi wo ha wo model na ekrom no aye model aye kama pa aye konkwan aduma no mo yero ho na aye extraordinary different one club aye Arsenal boboko no another one aye PSG anafe ebiem aye Bayern Munich boboko no wo mu project no mo ye no wase aye project aye the UEFA Champions League anawe Barcelona so project na Barca aye na wo we Barca team na nyame anim ne Barca team no anso aye the same aye model the same project atase the UEFA Champions League waso wadidi ye pass enye better and from Barcelona bobo konse we metimi agi Champions League no better with the kind of air personnel atase we mu ekra and the firepower team no enso kra players in the world we mu enso ekom di omo se we be trophies na ano chance Barcelona bobo kon betimi compete for the UEFA Champions League and yen koma kakwa so Gerard Piqué adi eba na oye no o chance adi aba ko wo he ni din ye pa atase we hu se I have Barcelona say enema ensam wo Barca ensam wo Barca ne enye say bia Barca ho na won sam amam focus too much e de for Barcelona ho ana Barcelona ye say ana say na eko ana Barcelona ye say better wo pitch ne so a enye sa na de de te enti was noise na wo Barcelona ho no aye too much ye pabara ade ba kwa wo say Barca kwan yo manam so no anya far from their last season wo mo fa so mo di G aye league ni di so mo na so no enti amam focus o munyang be check akra esanse Barca djuma no mo aye no do sa Barca bo game on be consider goals aye motto anasa destructors Hansi Flick ade ye djuma o Barcelona na no na ma Barcelona consider goals but wo ye Barca so team no ade ye team wo mo so timi se goals kama Barcelona so betimi agi league 30 bia anasa bibi bi on betimi do mani ebesi so no ade say like so betimi agi ntino amanfo njai kasae na tem bi o mkeka nsam ade fa Barcelona ho no eno ye Gerard Piqué enkoba kakra so ade tutwa e wo djuma de so but
elsewhere our Inter Miami Bobo Kwananota Womati Vancouver Edromu grow ye pa and Thomas Muller team in the Cabana and so I Leo Messi says Major League Soccer no and Crawford Championship no and Nehemiah come at the amount first time one in the club history woman yate in the person of a branch team at the go Tankasa Leo Messi why are winning at the Inter Miami Bobo Kwanabata home team in the Mamenka Argentina 7 players and they say kind of Inter Miami team no and team will say Argentina club back at no America they tend to go to the trophy na a time no massa and you mean come at the Leo Messi now away from Leo Messi mame ko Scotland na min ko di Juma kakra yeso ko Scotland team back ko di trophy ateye pa hono a team and it in at the heart of Midland and so pato has na no our Scotland na kwabna say so mo di league in 1959 and in 1960 and no modi it is ateye pa time aye didi afcon mu hono 63 mu 68 mu hono afcon na ye gina so no so time na kwabna mo jo mo last trophy ewo Premier League no ewo Scotland since then wo mo nyi trophy bia na yes this year there and Crawford na adwuma mo ye no so much Rangers aso mo 2-0 ana o mati team and the Celtic abo mo 2-1 anti amanfo fi say MSN Crawford no trophy na wo mo koye ate no betimi ade na efi 1985 eba yes league ne say Celtic and Rangers na bete Celtic and Rangers ana bete anti reporter men say ka say this time there be likely say ebekom and so the man heart bo ko na wo mo Scotland si so mo league table no ana eda squeeze no so no wo mo 35 points Celtic 32 ana for 26 and so ekwa modern we mo ni ade the Rangers squad there utimi so mo to ho ni adenti ene a reporter eba dwumade so na uko Italia SS Napoli bobo kono wo mo ti Juve ebo mo ntera mi no mo ti mu ba ko Rossi Small Holland na Manchester United friend man yusu no wonom ana ebo ntera mi no Kenan Yildiz ati kan ba ko edmo afa Inter enso ya Juman Hakata Hanoglu ya Juman Marcus Ramos and Lautaro Martinez enso na Brantford din enso edi Augusto enso enya goti wo mo ti komo etia komo SSS Fabregas asuna fufa enyo mo so and you see Premier League no ko area Siriano and they said Napoli na LED 31 points and a cromo when you Inter omo 30 and when you 28 points a cro Esiman Bobo Roma and so our 27 points and your reporter Eba Ruben Amo see and come obi ancha say and kabe so na ko be hia time Manchester United azana Manchester team here jana na because Manchester Juma no so was ya suye papa na answer Manchester na no da samaye omo ka be 200 million pounds ewo enim ho nko so na enim ho na nyam peke eja Manchester for mo here to be apeke kwabna say nyam peke o muko tinsan ko be hia beta ade ha no pa yes Manchester na heni bre ho we coach abaka se yema bre na fa ye bibi beta wo betra so ade club no ebetumi aye bibi obeba bia na fe wo masamba back to wo success no reporter Manchester United head coach ade to Jana Pep Guardiola as Johnson asepra na Sir Johnson's ebia aya 1 month aya 2 month no nimu pempe ebia tire no mewu de we ne mani nyina esie ko eda melita wo so akopra na sisa mad de wo next game on beba no players o mumbo bi nie Brantford de Ferran Garcia record inti Avaro Calara so no so record eda melita wo David Alaba Dean Heisen Danny Cavaha Felan Mande ana Trent Alexander-Arnold inti eno ye dia efi made da katidi ba sa ayi Celta Vigo for bo mun tira mi no ama made the entimant na he some made the force referee na is ya the Madrid obusi referee na ana ye na Xabi Alonso say dia referee ya kwabena edu ba bi na ama sa ne poor decisions this na ama players no cry down because dia referee in fact record ne de eni kwa say then referee man va ka sa record no de man ne adinti no enya de so mo bojo so and you besides the record ne hu ya adenti na wa win and also ono kwa 10 men no against 11 no na the boys na bobo ni ye pa the one na boys ni si bobo no na ya de na ni ju ye pa na ade ba ko bekam ama obia tia say amanfo bebre ekeka say ana muntimi mbanso ba ko se yenka ma obia tia say ma the team no mu kwa no a strong team o metimi asamba back na ne so atimi akoye e de mama ade ba ko beka ya say league ni sania team ya no attack no league dey very long with no or the long za ko na ya beti na long na ya long points them e de ati o me ne bisa say ene ya so benya ko no say mo de me pa mo hu na mo dwene da bi o mini city e wo game Wednesday eno na me dwene wo say ya be pa me ne de nya de say eno na o dwene ho no e ya nkoma kakra so me pato Zabi Alonso Madu the head coach ade tuja e wo dwuma de so na no pe ya de nkoma kakra ade da wo dwuma de so na ma ye ntwe ne kakra na ye nkwa de we ne ma esi akotibu koto a ase omo game no mo ye frustrated esa say de na referee ni ye in fact enya de na edibu akra beta o say ade obeka ye say enya fi no mba be ye blame games ana we na ye de hu ya conclusion de hu ya so mba resolve situation na Madrid asa fan ntuma pa e de afra anu ye report and pato abranta ni de tibu koto goalkeeper ade mama de tuja beta so de entrenum ana Barcelona boboko ne elbow ana Ferran Torres ono elbow antena mienu elho ana Romeo Bagi enyane de Ferran pato e hat-trick no nya ana Lamine Yamal de bako enso aka Antony enya goal Lorente munyina enya omo de Amaya de Hernandez wo munyina ya go 5-3 ana omo ni tiare baptism boboko no na Madrid de fo akwabna 7 matches ni o ma win 2 pe 7 matches Madrid I win 2 penti ama La Liga no Barcelona 40 points Madrid 36 points and Villarreal 35 31 ekwa Atletico Madrid and Espanyol tosunum womo enso ekwa 27 points and your reporter eba Leeds United and Liverpool ekobo 2-2 sa game na asam koba on Hugo Ekitike enya 2 goals and Soboslai said the Dome Calvin Lewin and first start enya ne de pato Tanaka enso enya go eno kokoye 3-3 afe City ebantena miensa omotia Sunderland sania yala kaina Diaz enya ne de Jules go Vodio and afe Phil Foden yaro enso enya ne de na kwabna Chelsea de ne de ataso 0-0 nya kwa nya me na boya sanka ntwa semanyo ni go yenyo offside anka krofo ma he ba ko penka jeze yentimi antio na Aston Villa Park no musu ye adwuma ye pa entena mienu ano musu di ti Arsenal boboko na wo musu team eye ba ko sisi league table na Arsenal 33 points wo na LD City 31 na mutoso mienu Aston Villa atoso miensa wo 30 points Crystal Palace atoso 9 wo 26 Chelsea 25 points wo mutoso num ensia Everton boboko no 24 points and kromo anum reporter etoja Premier League no na no pay no make it kakra ediama na yenianom Manchester United ye hwe ni ma ene womni wo 120 wonders and this year na away game and Manchester United ti enkoma kakra obi man so diamensa kai na mapopo ho kakra ediama nti yenyina we so na afen so yamfa nkrofa ma so sem no emfa ensi akwabna
nti referee was the end no anje
say you offside
samanya go no
you offside
na off on
you offside
me na me hunu off mo
wo hunu nso na de so obi hunu
omo share mo na ni wuo na ma referee dey je say there be
ate
but akosi minim trend me so follow
a trend be ya
asa wo share basa bia if you go na emfa o o ka ma du ko share basa most of question o mo say I don't know yeah as a basa na fi this all question o share na debate me ayo all right yento to me dey no so 4.5 Gabi the foreign at the akọ amanenia ba kasa Fifi Manfred na besman ko usu bempa ya la be come ho na yewunsem din komo no etimi ede emamo ka dwie nka bin ko fu isa de ko ze de ida so be from Red Card FC and I draw FC shom sa ti ansam no eno no na me sa what extra balance no ho asama na onte on eni ama men kam asama fa nkyerɛ extra balance no etiefo ni tintini ni tietie na se ewiase ade ya panza wo pe cash ade ya ade na unya cash for example ebia o student na school fees bi o pesika na o dia sorting in term anya sa akwa bia exams yi yɛma wo nturo bi so ho ebi kura na wo pesika bi de asɔto bi ntɛntɛntɛntɛm anya wo nso bi de afim nanso no wohwɛ wo ɛyɛ wallet ne so a ɛyɛ insufficient ɛyɛ balance ɛna wɔ so na sɛ wo sika ɛne susu ho ɛba sɛ ha adwene paa ɛna sɛ sɛ yɛde ɛyɛ extra balance MTN ɛne ɛyɛ Forms Capital kabom yɛde dwumadie ɛnso de ba na extra balance no mpatɔ ma menkyerɛkyerɛm sɛdeɛ ɛteɛ no ɛte sɛdeɛ kane bi a wonni ɛyɛ core credit ɛwɔ phone so na wotumi borrow so ha wotumi borrow core credit na nso de ɛyɛ ɔkɔɔ so no saa pɛpɛpɛpɛpɛpɛpɛ ɛna wei no nso ɛsi ɛteɛ na onim sɛ registration ɛyɛ free yɛndwo hwee ɛno ano sɛ ɔdeɛ ɔbɛdale ɛyɛ star 170 na wabɔ ɛyɛ hash mepatɔ wie a select 5 select 3 select 4 na afei fa activity extra balance no na nso cash bia e dia emergency o pe cash bi e dia ya dia me patro obeye sorted by extra air balance no from MTN and afei Farms Capital and into no so enjoy ho na bia enye kama pa emfa emma ene anopay na bronyo se bronya ndiem se no ani asase ayedia eno no na onim se Alicia Donkor trading enterprise omo and akofa WC papa just all this washroom ha obi eros krachi nani atedodo ababa wei when you aboa fed do nima de kontia okwa WC he enye wanam nim se WC bi akwa wan wi abeka se ya se de we omasiam amode ade na fekra keke so na ode ekoho na asema me gobu obeka se Richard de nanini asema hu bia obeka se me exaggerate na wan kasa wura Alicia Donkor na kwhwe WC papa bi o makofa ba yo 550 ho 650 750 and 850 ni na so no oto abronya achede promo no ni na aka bia awoto ane se yesa acho achede esan ede aka ho enti Alicia Donkor trading enterprise and American for Edama washroom hono me pacho Christmas dia sesande mam Christmas dia ahoho ebe fie so omo mutu kwa kra no eba erintim pacho okọ Kumasi aya dum odi also pe abinchi hona abinchi ye opposite Air Star Oil and now their friend our 0558 068 836 na onye enin komo ya dia ya me pacho bronya me peso bia beda dem na yedi bronya no ede jawo enenti ana me kamfo cancer measure wo we obi a ota complain of air pains arthritic pain ni na no koto cancer measure na etimi aboa bani nompen mu a say pains pa how de eno ane cancer measure na edre makatro se ba kuma senche in fact edre no ba bia na wo takwa ane nimpotam na obi oteta kwa de obeka cho se bichado edro cancer measure no edro pa se wo pains de o de ene cancer tie de biaba Kumasi me patro atonsu market o de also pe Davida Donkor hono won sabetimi aka dro bi na onso watimi ato 0596 832 796 na watimi adodi ama bibia no kama adi ama mame mu adwuma na ade ya pa ne sa afia so na ye nyina ye cash dia hye botom na ne wo de otwea emma no mpacho me mu adwuma na so atimi aye na me ka say ye professional tailors munim ade pampa me ma nyama ne opam na da ho na ehome so mom sa afo ni nyina ne ye pemo ne nem aye adwuma obi so a pese usua so ebia utie me school no kura wako bia fe na pese ja onso di adwuma na se bibia kama so rem into the fashion world adwuma yi obetumi akona eno so bibia kama de ma wa usua kura de onim se adwuma bia no owo kakra da so allowance ye betumi atua enso de ma pay no so ye kama na adwuma kwa me come asemi omo tech tech police station ho na omo enso owo me pacho ye interested na obeso no mko ye adwuma friend number 0549528402 na onso no mo edin komo tap send de maka cho say wa brochire nko ade a bronya sika bia odi fa brochire aba eye Ghana ha no manenye tap send eye app into be download your phone so around so call app store ho na wa search for eye tap send o download the app na very simple and very convenient se o de send sika e de aba eye Ghana na onim se o download the no o download the app na no ubenya eye €5 £5 $10 nina eye say also o download the eye app no awo eye phone so Stanbic Bank so mo bia finshapa na afini kona wie say na bi kura make say from January to December usika na ode yi adwuma na sika no ahye wadi sika no ya no so afabi so na amase say business no struggle anase ebia odan na wusi no akokwa kam obeso toka Christmas yi na onso dada ho dia Stanbic Bank and Americanfo at the amame patcho interest rate no minimisa no na abebusa interest rate at da form say kulam boko asenta fo wo no so at da form boko it is Stanbic Bank and Americanfo at the amase bronya nko na onso kwache besia na dwumadie bi apeso didi bia no watimi at the nya kasatente bia wo de wuram our Stanbic Bank na onso eno omon kotena se na omomo ema wonsa entimi enka besia ne bi Rush energy drink sorry bia numbi e da bia friend da bia sorry ya no mananya Rush energy drink isan say ginseng won vitamins wom and a caffeine so ma e bebo ama demuni nyina adwuma ba de bre friend bre untibi da so enti adroba for me nua ma adroba for mo colon ten ni ade ndina no mo nkoto e Rush energy drink na mo so no mo timi adrive kama pa ye ko Uniat Practical Institute Makato say Uniat no practical na e ka yedi no no our reason practical na ye de ka yedi no our reason no e say your computer skills bebre ho a obekọ book nko a obekọ ya kofa computer be 3 ne dia besi ho ene ya computer de bia what is so and the book no atra ya mo akan sa be part of Uniat de oba e practical so and the data analytics and our babesua uwia yama data sapphire analysis utimi se bibia ekoye because yenya botreni a kyerɛwo eba no software engineering computer hardware and mobile phone technician ubewie no abene wadwene mu bie utimi so afia computer pa nya ya no de bi ntimi sraw computer school de abu na so papa make am for the amount no Uniat Practical Institute and American for at the amawa bibia be kama and so etimi akoye di ama me patcho school no said they were open bia open regular betimi akọ open weekends abetimi akọ open anwumre kwan da ho mo so mo open distance class no and so akonya eda ho ye okuma sisan so me patcho ya no afre number 0555 383848 na munye eni eye enkomo Alaska Star Enterprise me patcho bronya de ho ene ye nyina ye kona ye dem asiesie no ye ko Alaska Star Enterprise na ete for me say na no da me ru Alaska fe ni me disukura time eniema pa Alaska ko fa fra brochira ba no ete for me so wura ha hu de obeto na afidi ye dem be fe pa from marble sheet to aroma diffuser best spread open ring light open sofa cover nom best silence open blanket and material curtains me si bro nya bibia person di sese o dem bia no ura Alaska Star Enterprise ebo no fo o sabetimi akabina afei onso odi akwa sese o dem ho entimpato bro nya de ekwan ni na Alaska Star Enterprise ewo Kumasi adum boss from Hana because eniema me boss a ye nwie nne tina makeka kaka bi dia cho say o de aka no wan kasa ko ho na ekotobi na efa kofie ye wo adum sada medical ka me sesa no che plugs anima enkan obekotudu opposite MTT the office no ana so the other friend number 0256 330075 na monomo enso eninkoma afedi etwato kran no Obuasi bitters 9 to the stars. Obuasi bitters 9 to the stars. Answer my canon pressing and premiensa. Obuasi bitters with 9 with the stars. Na a tell for the 10 year Jumadie way answer Fibia multimedia. The Jumadie no ɛde ɛba na obi a ɔba dwumadie no bibia no ɛbɛka sɛ yes in fact so her programs yɛbɔ okuma ase deɛ a yɛdeɛ ne da bia no unique adentia ɛsiane sɛ yɛdeɛ anwontofo a wɔn nim nnwoma no to so ho nti wɔbɛgyina ɛyɛ platform no so so ɔtɔ nnwom a wotumi sɛ yes wɔyɛ nnwomtoni a n'annwom ɛdɛ papapapapapa nti afi nso yɛasesa no yɛasa kora hyɛ mu kena yɛde the legendary high life maestro kodantwi yɛde no ɛba ɛyɛ dwumadie no ase nti the legendary high life ɛyɛ maestro kodantwi ɛba saa nso na fante rob general yɛwura ɛyɛ kofi kenyatta yɛde ɛyɛ krakye no ɛba saa nso na the golden voice of love kidi nso ɛrɛpo life na afei yɛde the romantic man mr for real yɛde ɔno nso de aba bɛpi so na afei yɛde ɛyɛ kwabena the sensational kwabena yɛde ɔno nso atumi de aka ho na ɛma no nso yɛnyam yɛde jackie enti afei deɛ 25th kɔma sɛ bɛyɛ the style biaa bi ɛyɛ aboa cbtex night with a star 2025 enti sɛ wonya ntɔ tikita mepatɔ to tikit ne ntam na wotwɛn sɛ wobɛtɔ ne gate ahwɛ a na woanya tikit ne bi antɔ ntimi sew brana nso nyame adom a 25th awɔ ɛyɛ Kumasi Rotary Park hɔ ɛna dwumadie no nso ɛba so ticket no mepatɔ ayɛ ready na meka sɛ wokɔ poku trading a ebi ɛwɔ hɔ wokɔ ɛyɛ Araga Junction total na ɛwɔ hɔ no ɔho nso ebi ɛwɔ hɔ Rotary Park hɔ na nso no ebi wɔ hɔ ABC Mart ɛwɔ Patase wokɔ sisi ebi ɛwɔ hɔ ɛna ɔba nhyɛ from yɛn Frontex a ha nso no ebi ɛwɔ ha sɛ Watson Pharmacy ɛwɔ Bantama ɔho nso ɛyɛ adeɛ ebi ɛwɔ ɛna JP filling station buadi junction wɔ JP station ɛwɔ naa no ɔho nso ebi ɛwɔ hɔ ɛna Goya filling station a ɛwɔ Ahonto roundabout ɔho nso no ɛyɛ adeɛ a ticket no bi ɛnso ɛwɔ hɔ eti mpakyɛw wopɛ ticket ɛne wo nsɛm pii na watumi atie deɛ na wafrɛ number yi na biribiara no ayɛ kama ɛnso deɛ ma mpakyɛw ticket no regular no ɛkɔ for ɛyɛ 200 cedis na VIP akɔ for ɛyɛ 400 cedis ɛyɛ 25th anwummerɛ 7 pm sharp ne yɛde dwumadie no ɛnso ɛde ahyehyɛ so no biribiara no ɛyɛ kamakama pa ɛde ama wo 0244 602 800 0244 602 800 na wɔfrɛ number na opɛ ticket anaa table da ɔne wɔ family akɔtena so a na ɛsɛ wo nso no wɔatumi adi nkɔmmɔ ma biribiara no ayɛ kama ɛno ɛna yɛgyina so no afei yɛde astate yɛn discussions no Kofi Maresca, Fifi Manfred. Good morning. Pacho na unti saying
Omade na daro man hoye pa.
Ede nyame ase. Oh yeah.
Kama metina.
Na hoye de.
Me ya.
Esi ya na.
Kama metina si anka but
Kafra. Ese we am mobonti. I mean pese me jojo bi. Oh we am mobo. But the past bear 1 week, also at the door.
I didn't my elmo.
So, to say, and on your so.
Not any, I am going and money pass.
Oh, there. Anybody on your head and house.
Oh, and then you know, there are people.
But your order died so.
They say there are people whose health are very important. Maybe our own you don't take time off those things. Some of us are very paramount to us. Maybe are not alone.
Maybe did basa.
Maybe our ribbon goodness or the apple.
On them di banguda. You graduates on the enemy. Me bangunya me lie. Oh bro. Oh.
What me ana?
Oh bre.
No the wolves bobo so you.
Wolves eat him.
But I say
wolves.
Say last week more.
Wolves.
Say
and
they say United is sha. We bet me Chelsea near the same point. But your horrible see at the end of my shaman as my ball.
Now when I say game nje.
Money wolves.
Wolves eat him. Over 100 say eat him.
Wow, say ya uncle.
Uncheck it table now.
Check him.
Oh.
Check mommy.
Yeah, send any level.
Okay. Now do
so afraid one say mon chance ah.
Tina we jenka fi but match ni we. Obe say na be da we she.
Wolves, me say enyume we. Yan she was krenye 2.
Why sha yenyo dey?
Oh, yeah, me day. Now, once a day. Massa, papa.
Yeah, man,
anyway.
We can't just over Oh, now say, once you say Chelsea forecast on your title contenders, there is no Chelsea fan that told you the Kwajili. Bianca Sancho. Say, yeah, now say, what's that? So then throw a cajon. Is the idea? Oh, yeah, who is a Yejina consider me piano because James is the idea. Who was Ujinano Con and is here to throw cry. I think I care of you can throw crash about town as any or say, it is ya. You want to be able to
Intimisha Bournemouth. Also, Kwaji Premier League.
Bianca's a
Diagromo.
Yeah, can't just be a leader. Oh, now, home, but one J. Mutu 1990 Musa United. Say, yeah, Everton. No about draw. Say, you know about draw. You will be other. No, say we are China banner for Wakase, but now see a Champions League. Own Bobby, so you can't talk. So,
unless they be a intimate.
Money goes.
You said, yeah, a fair.
Two.
Oh, yeah.
What's over 2?
At least.
At least. You make my 4, 5.
4, 5.
What do strike and Zegzina? Senior. Zegzina.
Zegzina, Bob Butcher, I'll Pedro.
It can wait here, way. Because they see the butcher like wait here.
Now, go you strike and all, the Amco and free, you know. Bakubino, a Yakuya, Boba no Ruri, must strike a Delap was my way. Delap. Oh, why they? Or that's what Chelsea.
Now, Zegzi, Juma.
J'all Pedro, that's all.
Zegzi, that's here, Juma.
Yeah, team winning impulse buying.
Hey, Richard,
Massa, papa.
By the way, I'll do when you
mean to too many behind you. You ever started season? Oh, your Pedro Neto. Yakofa Ganato class had never come.
More goals combined than Zegzi.
And what I say?
You're the winning.
What are winning?
You're the fifth. Who number? You was so casa. Who the Akas ever started season?
Masa 10-50 yen start show ni dad ya wo no. Utim nya de ditum. Ade ba kwa me po.
Oh boy, yeah, better than you, son. Better.
We better than you. Ade
da also say we.
Basa.
Now the way so we betwe ho dare.
Me ntwe dare bia. Better now we ne de yen.
League ni kire.
Wait me anche Bournemouth.
And that's
struggling you can say least landed. Or shall 3. Who do you so what time again? Na the journey. Na the league table. Who bet you about struggling teams that you know? Who bet struggling teams? Who bet struggling teams? The team on nobody sees you be struggling or show. Every team. Everton in the bonus. Everton is not struggling. Unless they be out, you know, a Premier League unfollow.
On your struggling or anything.
Everton man has struggle.
On your struggling or anything. West Ham.
And you won't account. Young start to show no Kofi. Saturday, Ujin High, also Basha Bournemouth.
Mankasada.
Kofi.
Which you see. And throw now best for the count. No one should hear.
Kofi.
Mankasada.
Your analysis. No one can say game where Chelsea will win.
No, I never said Chelsea will win. I didn't say that. When you're very conscious of my words than you. When I want to and also be show one show at least 2. You use your words. You will not be careful of those words. I did here. Whoever does say Kofi and I didn't cry and then you say, "Bonus and you're fine."
Strategy. Over time, no corner. Yes, keep Chelsea discussion.
No, but Chelsea.
But I'm a cousin Joe. When you say 1 minute, we are Chelsea discussion.
I'll talk about it.
And I
want to talk about it.
I'll
talk about it.
And then maybe I'm a catcher musician. What to you want to have a few? And to tournament them, yeah, so strategy is say, oh, yeah, no, my time, not so. Now, skip Chelsea in community. Never. You see, a cut 30 seconds. We discuss the Chelsea game.
Mr. Team analysis.
What's that?
You see, this is what you do. Mr. Team analysis. Maybe I'm a Juma. And I woke up for Chelsea Man United as by.
So to me, I never mentioned Chelsea in our convo.
And I'm Mesutin and then Mikacho. Mikacho was saying, I told you. I told you what's it. And I go for by. I was saying, brand new cocoa ball draw. I'm saying ball draw near the game. Una match. So think about yourself. That is what you always do.
Kafrasem can have some young guy.
And then Kafrasem. No matter say United in there. They be say the minimum here for the big cover career period. Which and then no do in Italian Serie. Interesting.
Yeah.
For the very first time, Luciano Spalletti and Antonio Conte met. If you didn't get to watch the match yesterday, who had the feel of why Italian football is too emotional. Luciano Spalletti was coming to the Maradona for the very first time since he left the club. And it was against no mean coach than Antonio Conte. On a night, it was a very, very important one because Antonio wanted to reinstate himself and let Neapolitan to understand, say, oh no, and he had the main figure when it comes to the club, and he got a job done. They won the game by 2-1 and 2 solid goals performances from a brand here friend of Rasmus Højlund. I mean, another clear-cut example, say Manchester United, a badly run club. He left the club, went to Naples, and is delivering on an important sense. And now, me too, commentators, no more the Erling Haaland air compare, no more the Rasmus Højlund air compare Erling Haaland. I'm saying, now that is exactly what a good club does for you. No toxicity, just pure calmness and focus on your job. No? I know, and I had my branch here, friend Rasmus Højlund. This weekend, Napoli were able to win. Rich, Barca are top of the Spanish La Liga, but for the very first time in a couple of weeks, and yet just by a point or 2 points, this time 4 whooping points in a Barca Spanish La Liga. Did you expect that Madrid will lose away? Because for Barca Betis, I knew that like Atuja, it will happen.
Yeah.
But Rich, just before we go to the Madrid match, yeah, Hansi Flick has gotten the best out of Ferran Torres. I hope he's able to continue. Because he only out and out striker. On share winger. But all the times where Barca have needed goals, in the absence of the first names, no, Ferran has stood up. And he has delivered in terms of the goals, the assist, and over the weekend. A hat-trick in some match, you know, and he was super. Oh, share the goals, not sharing. You could tell clearly, say he's developing a striker's instincts. And in 16 games, a branch of friend Ferran Torres actually 11 goals. Of course, the maestro Pedri Gonzalez was right there and also dictated the pace of the game. I loved every bit of the game. And Rich, their attention turned to Madrid because Sewasha Madrid, since they played in our last few matches, as at match day 15 last season, any match day 15 compared between Barca and Madrid, Which Madrid lose here now 2-0. Almost share against Athletic Club the week before. Almost 1-1 draw against Girona. Almost 2-2 draw against Elche. And almost 0-0 against Real Vallecano. Whilst Barcelona in the league, they have been very, very consistent. And Madrid for the performances have been wishy-washy. What I saw in the first half in Madrid game is Rich. Madrid are struggling to break down teams. And Celta Vigo played like that. Compact without the ball. Very, very physical. Reduce Madrid's pace is now usually in Combinano. And make sure say Omuma Madrid the comfortability to create chances and then score. And it was in there. And almost stay in the game as long as possible. And then of course saw Sa Omugo across the round of play. Now the big conversation is that Rich, after all of this, Madrid had 2 red cards and an injury to Abrante Fredo, Eder Militao. So centre back Eder Militao is injured. Abrante friend Alvaro Carreras over the weekend will not play. Abrante friend Fran Garcia again doesn't look like he's going to play. And then again, Militao is out of it. It's Marco Asensio, sorry. And you do Bobi Ohormiti. Rich, Madrid are in a bad place.
I don't know, say, who observe the amusement who be there. Players, you know, as a person but Bama coach, you know.
Oh, I don't think it's one person but Bama. I think that they are just struggling to break down a team. Because
under Carlo Ancelotti,
yeah.
One thing I'm hearing saying the front three of Madrid no more pressing now.
Yeah.
No more tackle. Yankanza.
Yeah.
But they say so here the Real Madrid team as I'm relaxing I'm too much.
Oh, I don't think so. In fact, to be very honest, when I watched the game, the boys were trying, but you can tell, say, Omunye good enough. They have not worked hard enough in terms of breaking down low blocks. And for me, it's a similar Madrid team to what Carlo Ancelotti did last season. Now, Carlo Ancelotti lead the table at some point around 12 points, 7 points thereabouts. And Abasa Befano. It is the inconsistencies, in my opinion. That's what the problem is. Madrid, for one to say, on the night, Rafael Fifth, was a big question to them. Rich, I don't agree with Alvaro Carrera's red card. You see, I've said this thing and I'll say it again. UEFA has to find a way to also control the referees. Rich, many referees want in Yajin say, player no disagree, then yellow card. Or some call a yellow card.
No, Yajin.
It is too much. coaching.
Because game, no emotional game.
Maybe I'm man for yellow card, red card, yellow card. I say referee.
Imagine obi kobasa.
Yeah, man, yellow card.
Uncle Johnny be a referee or a complaints man yellow card.
Man, yellow card. Rich, Xabi Alonso would have to turn things around. And can you imagine Madrid for next game against Manchester City? Very hugely important for them to turn things around. Rich, in the English Premier League table, Nasisa, I told you on Saturday. Yeah. Say, sometimes in this job, intuition is very important. And when you're able to listen to your intuition, it leads you to certain places. I had a strong feeling that if there was ever going to be a match, you see, near Saturday doesn't mean that Arsenal, now my sister against Arsenal in the league. No. I don't trust Manchester City to win, to close this gap. Me, I don't. Whatever happens, I know City will drop points. Arsenal at some point were going to drop points. And it was always going to be at the Villa Park against Unai Emery. And that's happened. But then, what a performance from our brand friend Emi Buendia to get that win for team friend Arsenal. It was very, very important. And Rich, I think it was a good climax for our brand friend Unai Emery. It was a win that Unya, you will feel happy, you will feel fulfilled. Say, Nyema Nkuyi against Arsenal. But when his team turned it around, this season, there were 4 games. Now, Omunya single win crowd Hodom. They turned it around in their recent games. Now, Man City Tinefi, Jumano against team friend Sunderland, and then this one. Sobeka last week, after the Leeds United game, I told you that I had a feeling that Nelson Kenzo Maresca won a starting 11 strong one against Leeds. Because it was going to be very difficult for Chelsea to play against Bournemouth. In the last 5 games, Chelsea have not lost against Bournemouth. But still, the Chelsea in Bournemouth, match looks very, very difficult. But it was so clear on Saturday and Numino that even after the game, it felt like a loss. Although Chelsea got 1 point, it felt like a loss. I think that Chelsea, one of the things I kept on saying is that it's a young team. There are going to be times where they are going to be inconsistent, and that is the mark of a young team. So for me, I'm not surprised. The positives from the game, the performance of our brand friend Wesley Fofana. I think that currently, in terms of dual winning centre backs in the game, he's very important at Chelsea, and that's why Enzo Maresca empese obe wasting time be now brand I wasn't too excited about our brand friend Cole Palmer when he came on. He looked a little bit rusty, and I think that he will need some time.
That's why he's slow.
Yeah, why he's slow. Accounts only match fitness. No, he will need some time to be able to step up and play the football. Match as well, and also, which Liam Delap is going to be out for another 6 to 8 weeks.
Nenzano.
Somebody shoulder dislocation.
Yeah.
So they're out for 6 to 8 weeks. Liam has not scored too many goals. But no Crane say, the way a team is confident pressing Chelsea without Levi Cole. And Liam is important. Senebo Betino Robert Sanchez have ball long. No, Ajia Tonobosu to move the team up the pitch. Magi Uba and Obe try kaka. But of course, Liam Delap will be hugely missed from Chelsea. I don't know if Chelsea will start thinking of bringing in a branch friend Emmanuel Emega or not. But then again, I think that it was a very, very good one for Abrantia, your friend Robert Sanchez on the night. Another clean sheet for him. Maresca said that is what he wants to focus on. The defensive solidity, the clean sheet, and the boys to be able to build on from there. Rich, now to the most trendy conversation in the world of football in the last weekend. Leeds, now almost 3 games. 1 against Man City at Etihad. 2, the first one against Chelsea at Elland Road. And the other one, Liverpool also at Elland Road. Rich, Daniel Farke has managed to get 4 points out of a possible 9 when playing against Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. They deserve a lot of credit. You can talk of Tanaka and all of the boys for team and friend Leeds United. But Rich, Liverpool will also continue again. In the second half, Yaba back and Hugo Ekitike turns it around, scored the first goal. Then, Abrantia friend Dominico Szoboszlai comes back, Hugo Ekitike scores the second one. Then, in the game, Ibrahima Konate does this. Wolf Noto, and we're taking place on 1-2. And we'll call byliners. I don't know for what reason. Then Ibrahima Konate goes down. Penalty. 2-1. 68 minutes. Intensity no was show. 2-1. Now, Wolf Noto, I'm going far ball, at least one go far ball and reach 2-1. At that moment, I knew that was going to be hard. Because Rich, the intensity at Elland Road, the way the fans were pumping, they were believing so much in your team and friend Liverpool. I knew said the amount.
So there's no momentum I be doing on side.
Release one side. Yeah. And Rich, these are some of the problems of share. Ibrahima could not perform now deeply too much. It's bad though. I don't know if he's focusing too much on things outside of Liverpool. But the form they're playing is too bad. And he's costing the team much more than he's supposed to do. Which we go on into the game 2-2 in the game. Abratia, your friend Dominic Calvin-Lewin, and then later on Tanaka makes it 3-3. You go match here. Which I did not believe what I was hearing. Say me who say go first started Trosso Mohamed Salah. I go cancel. I didn't believe. In fact, Apotele that video did you share from the original interview? No, I was still pinching myself saying no, me want to watch here.
Okay, Zemo.
You see, when you listen to Mohamed Salah, it's clear of Obi pained in some hollow.
I'm frustrated.
Yeah, he's frustrated. And it's also clear of somebody who is disappointed in Liverpool for him. And that's why he's saying the things that he's saying. Which, in the context of Liverpool, you can never write that footballing story without Mohamed Salah. Even in the English Premier League. He is part of the greats. Whether you like it or not, the numbers are clear.
Liverpool for Mujidi, and they understand.
Yeah.
And Ominium.
Yeah.
But I would the perform and not just say why BBM team Nintino. Still not use you.
What they are saying is that even after Salah they perform a mobile Kodigapo, and Omuni say enye Salah kwa Kodigapo so they perform. Ibrahima Konate they perform. Virgil van Dijk they perform. So why are those people not benched 3 times in a row and their most important player is being benched? That is the people who are against Asema Club Nekan. But you see, my own take of the issue is this. Rich, Mohamed Salah has every right to rant. Yeah. To me, Obia or your modern day Liverpool fan will forget the roots that the club has been built on. Liverpool has never been built on individual players, no matter how great you are. That doesn't mean you will not respect Mohamed Salah. But Rich, at Liverpool, it is always the club first. And why do I say it's the club first? The medium in which Mohamed Salah expressing a displeasure, for me, that's where the big problem is. Going to public with it. If Mohamed Salah deserves respect, then the club also deserves respect to discuss issues like this in private, not in public. Rich, who can Mohamed Salah? Yeah, one of the best. But again, the club feels like, or the coach feels like, Sisia baby a club dijano. Maybe also Sani Omakakra. Maybe Kodigapo is giving him something else than the branch friend Mohamed Salah Edemano. So hence, he has to bring in another player. And for me, that is where the problem has been for branch your friend Mohamed Salah. Rich, if you go back to Liverpool's history, Ian Paisley, Kenny Dalglish, what's his name? All of these Liverpool players, Liverpool former managers, as far as even back as Jurgen Klopp, which it has always been the club first. Always, it has been the club first. I think that Baby in some corner and a slot will always win. We will win in the sense that saying so the Mohamed Salah back to the team of 3 goals. Or no one starting your results because an slot wants results. Again, if Liverpool decide to move on from Mohamed Salah, then he will get a team to work with. But I think that I don't see Mohamed Salah playing for Liverpool after the AFCON.
After the AFCON, okay.
I think that it ends it for our branch friend Mohamed Salah. Oh, hold on.
Okay. Fifi Manfred na Martin in Kanisha 104.5 Monday edition review kakaka at the Amamana Yabefi at the Ghana Premier League in Hong Kong at me at the Abramu Awo Jumedino and so ma yenin komo kitwe bi na besma go so empire la and so also my but yeni bon vastos any akonto hunsam say Jumedia Yamia Aduma yede eba so the takra de treba yina no ye pese ye no yenka wasam kakra na afi besma go so empire la and so emra obani good morning
Rich.
Now to say
oh yeah now so
I'm going to shine
Enti ene masa be di
yes start with the orange December banana.
Sure.
Okay.
And one headliner for December.
No problem.
Enti Bonvast Siasaba orange December banana e be bon with the Rama etie for.
So far no anyama ko saying.
So far responses ha yenya course na enyoma for free. the yan say Omwangasa Bay, Omube to 2 year
na payment
na payment na cost but so far feedback na when you message so in December no trip at Bomba stores yeah organize ama team for anyone or more abrichini na enti dane da se na yeka no woma omo Ghana here no locals no omo de any from the 24th of December to the 27th of December a 3 nights 4 days program Bomba stores organize enti ebe visit the western region of Ghana no ye ko himfa ye ko Inzilezu ye ko Fort Bartenston ye so ana ya join timamufo na omo western region no for omo fashion omo tide na na friend no masquerade ana anchors no enti na Bomba stores ye organize ama timamufo for one omo sasu free abriche ba no your 1 week package there ho yes also 2 weeks package there ho na 1 week package no ubedru Ghana ubeto akra kakra ansana wako western region uko western region na ube join locals for the anchors ube sako Inzilezu ube call Fort Bartenston your other side activities ebe koso Bomba stores yasa attach another one na ye partners ebe the Orange December dinner and party and so ebe koso within sa trip na yebe koso no nti se uye corporate institution uye skilled worker uye obi a wa ujitum say this whole year what na fie sa wa ejuma sa wa nko be bia u join here o kwa release stress na offer Bomba stores e wa so ya details bia won bia in relation to the trip no ye be catch you na your number near 053 108 52 35 and 053 109 0068 It's when or in December package at Bomba stores at the bread timamu for ansana maybe your one for international people no one more diaspora no 1 week there and 2 weeks there and 2 weeks there no be start free Accra no akọ western region what to Accra no Saba central region what back to Accra sa no ato no asako eastern region of Ghana no obeko adane akosombo we are no akosi wo Volta region the relief force and amount na faja to ansana we free Ghana akọ here the opposite we bia nti we na the whole Orange December package no friend say na me kind na your details here the be ma because or transportation air covered internal trips are obey within Takra they say obi person okoto ade obi person ko shopping bi obi person ko ade Bomba stores cars saloon cars SUVs are a bit taking care of all these expenses are a car package and masquerade non so no costumes bibia involved of the package
in case be a person join here
o friend a bit me aka details so if go be or person be join a bus one person be join a bus now me one group of 4 and as one ka some couples cry na person mo kwa a bit me provide them SUV your driver or them beko and as a wow person yes self driving so and also possible Bomba stores bit me provide
say obi ni commerce and as Ashanti region na obeso join the trip na and you look at na some na make
sure
and so on your day
enti uni your friend saying uni Kumasi na person journey tripper Bomba stores pick up locations enti say Kumasi your pick up points in Dani da unim your side Bomba stores premises office on
take
okwa Accra so your pick up location La Palm Royal Beach Resort no any other place bia bia no for Bomba stores are so na you interested in the trip in Kwadia.
That is the number 92 Ghana.
Yes.
Say be outside Ashanti region.
Yes.
And now Kumasi. Nam person me join the trip now.
Yes.
Me friend number no.
Friend number no.
Okay.
Number near 053
109
0068 and 053 108 5235. Be outside Kumasi be offer your numbers here. You be all the necessary information as to where you be picking up from now joining for the trip. Until all arrangements are being made, you'll be here and say obe free na bibi eni a ya catch you.
Okay. Enti yewie around December yi menim say ade ba ko nso a emo dwuma pa ene se me di nipa etu kwan.
Okay.
Se okosua de okoye adwuma ana bi ato ensahwe ene bi nipa no pese okọ. Menim Christmas yi package ben ena mo de my tifo.
Okay, into Christmas he packages in the crowd they started at the because say you the Bonva store so by so be can no credit the home natural because say me started or in December ne international tour packages you catch say December dear na because say bra enkofo bebre de vacation e di tutu kwan ne de na ubukini intema ene but Bonva stores no contacting since right now no been 21st 22nd 23rd 24th na de no contacting ubetimi discounted prices because of partners are any or more ahehye ho enti international tour packages is here no the CCA ama enkofo a omo ko no Dubai, South Africa, obi eko Turkey and esa obi eko Singapore ne Bali. When the 5 destinations are Bonva stores enimi ya ama enkofo. But we obi na when ji other countries on to say mebo ho to say one shot Thailand and I say we need say opeso ko China and I say opeso ko maybe Netherlands for visit and I say bibisa Bonva stores ebetimi a tour package ama edu sa countries nim they obe here answer obefe Bonva stores but most of the times Bonva stores message sisubium your tour packages no range from 5 days to 7 days. But we be now opese yen fine they now opese onye tour packages across maybe 2 countries. They say obi by or catch say per request echo Dubai and Maldives. Into per request echo Dubai and Maldives. I just say ye be tour packages ebe ko Dubai. Now what transit ako Maldives and sana baba back to Ghana. Enti obiane di ope and the yan say offer Bonva stores are the ope biano ye be fight ni bibia amount na it won't wait me nya the open no into Bonva stores the international tour packages ne there e the muso call the obiane say obe contacting na the wo say ye bia e de boa no so open luxury packages and also open the muda ho a open say odi tu kwan ekon country no so there and also available the obiane say obe free as
that's fine ti the firm say komo mienu na ye the first of all yaka around December no ho asem that trip a ni na no ye de akọ ye tadi na Christmas obi o Christmas on tu kwan da
okay
the bia odi no Kumasi this time it's an kakra so on the family no because said the edit country na full package okwa baby abeda even internal rounds be abeye ne ade ni na no ni na na sorted ye konso baby ebe kokokoye e kakra nsakra na edi dwumadie no ne nkai ni na ade ahye so ni na no ehye package nim so inti undi problem kra ni na say numbers e dia to dwa no so be frɛ na watimi ameki trip ni bi and na afi obuzo tukwan
yes
control there on me ensa to tukwan akotena ho na akoye adwuma obi pese okusku obi so mpesem ko hwe ho concert keke na bia 1 week 2 weeks time samba back to Ghana sa control ni na nso no Bonva stores enti ni na say just call the numbers
yes
yede amamono na many common
number no say
sure na yemfa ensure
053 109 00 68 053 108 52 35
enti Bonva stores na tie for you no mo ekudi common ya na onso wakọ na yedo atu akwan no ebi amwa automobile yemfa no emfa enwie na besma ko su bempa ya la ento so eman maka cho se bronyan opese usese wo car ema wo car no eyefa amwa automobile na me kamfo ade amawo na tie for de ten se amwa automobile no ebia na we car dealer obu a ebia wo Ghana na wakra cars ne de aba obi so wa abrucho na wo de cars ne ba na wo agent mo Ghana ha no omo so ahwe normal bibia kama edi ama mo safo no na amwa automobile ene mo aye adwuma pa ebi a wo car no accident car ɛna wode firi aburukyire de aba Ghana wode straight from port hɔ naa no ɛno ara ne sɛ ɔbɛ drive to ɛyɛ amoa hɔ na car no yɛayɛ body west kama so ebia na baabi atɔkyema yɛbɛsiesie hɔ kama inside ne yɛbɛ line baabi a ɔsɛ yɛ line biara yɛwie a na yɛ modern ɛyɛ baabi a yɛ spray yɛn cars no oven hɔ mu no na ɛde car no akɔ akɔhyɛ mu na yɛ spray car no kama paa we modern one ɛna ɛde aba ɛyɛ Ghana ɛno nti no ɔkaa no bɛpie no na ɔtumi sɛ yes wayɛ aberanteɛ paa ɛnti buro nya wopɛ sɛ ɔspray wo car ɛma car no ɛyɛ fɛ international standard a mepatwɛ ɛyɛ ama automobile ɛna mekamfo ɛde ama wo ɔkɔ a yaro program wɔ hɔ ɔho program bɛbɔ adwuma no kama ama car no pia wanka so sɛ yes car no nso atumi ayɛ fɛ paa yɛwɔ Kumasi apem so fair junction hɔ na ɛna yɛwɔ ɛno nso deɛ ɔbɛfrɛ number yi 0244 465764 0244 465764 mepatwɛ 10% discount no ahyɛ yɛ wode car no kɔ na ɛyɛ ho adwuma awie a yɛte 10% discount ɛde firi so nti yɛ ano ahyɛ no nso ɛde ama me wokɔ a na waka kyɛn sɛ mekyɛw de sɛ memfa car no mmra na ɛsiesie no kama ɛmfa nso ɛma wo alright yɛnto dwumadeɛ no so Bismarck ɔwusu bɛmpaeɛ good morning now to say
oh nyame adom me ho yɛ
ɛde nyame ase yɛnkɔ ɛbrɛ no kɔ
ɔmo mo hwɛ ɛwɔ Nhyira TV no me yɛ sure sɛ by this time picture na ɛda yɛ digital screen so no na sɛnea Jude Bellingham ɛda picture no so na bleed no saa na Real Madrid enra ɛma nkɔfo bleed yɛ enra ɛgyaadwo anwummerɛ ɛwɔ wiase nyinaa just because Real Madrid assignment for bets ɔmatena fie at the Santiago Bernabeu ama Celta Vigo aba bɛhyɛ ɔmo 2-0 ɛwɔ efie nti Jude bleed and it is an extension of nkɔfo bebree a ɔmo so bleed because of Real Madrid results. But this is just trivia. Sɛ woba La Liga table no so a ɛnyɛ standings ne na asesa but the points gap has opened up. Barca atwin Real Madrid mu 4 points over the weekend, and it is simply because Barcelona echo all the way to Betis echo share almost by 5-3. Now results in Yemenwa, Barcelona winning against Betis in Yemenwa. The number of games a PMO game no and Yemenwa because you got two teams are omu bie game mu pa no omu pe goals shepa. But there are few things that say who share game ni bi mpo a anase se wan hwe game na eye observations are no pay uba edi se mema will realize that is what happened. So also a digital platform this one. This was the Barcelona first 11. Now, a Newman kitchen be see Barcelona team in him. The kind. It seems say Hansi Flick is trying as much as possible to give confidence to Gerard Martin. Say left center back no. Onye na against obetimi abo. And Tiabrante consistently have been playing alongside Kubasi. Or the heart of defense for Barcelona. Who they are not to enjoy? Rich. Minim say Eric Garcia a versatile player. Me Ghana. I am far away from Barcelona. I don't agree. Say Macasado Numone Benamo at the bench. Na obo Eric Garcia as DM. But Hansi Flick say the way Eric Garcia has started season way with Barcelona team no. Ne passion in a home from the team no. He needs to be in his team. Until he keeps playing a brand as Barcelona number 6. Then the biggest tweak. Rich. Barcelona lineup play by no. Na Lewandowski to bench. Rafinha to bench. Fermin Lopez the bench. But there was this guy who Yatoni fi Copenhagen, Radi Baji. I know what lineup in him. Saushaya, even Mundo Deportivo Mone, Catalan media ni nyinaa omo ehu lineup na omo ye no omo sese no they put Badimom at number 10 and Lamine Yamal at the favorite position a right wing no but Rich yes starting game no that was in the picture for the first time in Barcelona team no Lamine Yamal was pushed from the right side to number 10 behind the striker Ferran Torres minimum so a game no be Lamine number 10 no who say and bad on. I think say a roller he will need to learn how to play it. He wasn't as effective as Obo right or no. And probably it is because on you're familiar with that.
And normal.
With and also number 10 it comes to free roll on an unpack so maybe about the could be a na Obo. It wasn't too good a performance from Lamine, but at least it was a new roller. Na Ora, your fellow Hansi Flick, Etricer or Trainer. Those were the observations I mean, in the Barcelona game. Ferran Torres got hat trick. Our game in Barcelona were home and dry. Now, last time Beckham, me say Real Madrid team na Xabi Alonso building no. Me dem who any improvements biya. Bonombo tokro mudodo. There seems to be a lot of gap for opponent to play. And so when your team your own so or no so the ball better from over bar, they will play.
Is it that some of the players in sabotage?
No. I think say Subaya Carlo Ancelotti couldn't deal with it. Alonso is struggling to deal with it. Rich and the ball na yebon. Say only coordinated press and intensity. Especially if you meet teams that are so good on the ball, best of possible now. And it's a new game in Libya. Betis fun were so comfortable. I said there's no coordinated press. And you want to do Kwanekasa. Freddy Vavadi has lost a lot of energy, passion
or bread.
Bon to me, personal, which is on one gasa to say or person called more, but on to me, you don't expect Ada Goulet to press. You don't expect Kylian Mbappe to press. You don't expect Vinicius Junior to press. Chobani Nkwa as a lone six. Park is so quiet. There are issues in the Real Madrid team. Big issues. Now, I think say a process so how Rich. Almost center backs. Adam Militao opera no aba into 1 year sharp. Na say Rudy Gampo opera no aba onye sharp. Asensio no soon lose level no. And then I can say Real Madrid need right back because Carvajal opera, Trent akopra. And right in the game, omole back ni ni aso akwaje red card because Felon Mendy head supra. And when Frank Garcia the red card, Alvaro Carreras the red card. He said, and no way too messy for team and Real Madrid. Rich, with this attitude, it's no good. Until Enra Chata Vigo, Ekoye or Munioman, na. Rich, and we are saying the petty more than you. Say right after Real Madrid ball game new year na. Me found my phone, na me so me call X. Me scroll ya na me go to Man City. Rich. This was Man City's post. Yes, shame I did now. And I'm going to post here. A big night at the Bernabeu awaits. Next match, Real Madrid against City. Santiago Bernabeu, Wednesday. And I'm saying, Ade. Obi ebusu eni woman in sunumpo wie. Now go catch and say ni rejan.
Asemu.
Ade City for Ade Real Madrid no mu hwe yie.
Omeko akoto omo.
Rich, it was a night to forget for team FN Real Madrid. Now, and La Liga table no nkwana no ma asesa kakra. The Premier League table no so and no ma kakra. And again they see over the weekend na minti trans in Embrefie. Rich, Villa Ford will form echo into the game against Arsenal. yes, Arsenal is the most informed team in Europe. No doubt about that. This lose, Arsenal was not expected to win every game. But Rich, me you say, oh, along the journey, Obibeshe Arsenal, one of the teams that could do that was Villa. Now they've won 5 games in a row in the English Premier League.
First half, they say, Oli Watkins, and I'm taking the chances. Commit Arsenal, therefore.
Yes, commission
chances.
Commission.
No, Oli Watkins, a bugu.
Now, Rich, who come about chances now? I think, say, I observed something from the Arsenal structure. Emma Villa for the team, yes, sir. Who's the Arsenal lineup in the Bayern? Oh, dear, you know, goalkeeper, no more back for him, because but in Fifino, they were playing Zubimendi number 6, Declan Rice number 8, and Obo Martin Odegaard number 10. Then the front three, Bukayo Saka on the right, no problem. Mikel Merino as the first number 9, no problem. But this time around, Oshe extra form, and then instead the captain Odegaard Abba, he wanted to play two players now on the pitch, and he. So Odegaard the ball number 10 there. I was as a Ekobo on the left hand side of Arsenal attacking. I think there was a problem with that. So watch Arsenal and Arteta over the years. Rich, the reason why Obo Trossard, Martinelli, and Moni didn't say, "Wa coach you mama we are aware say Arsenal nkuta ball now." Even though we are left winger, who was some defensive awareness also Obo wechi. Now Buami defending. Ezra is not that type of player. And it's over Aston Villa realized that say Arsenal ni bona Ezra ni defensive awareness and so then this row. And baby Matikash Edano. He was overloading the left hand side of Arsenal because baby Adana akakala for you. There were a lot of chances at Ebeto Ha or Menti. One of them, Rich, Anna Matikash and boss our shots now. It taking Villa into the lead. Now, time Mikel Merino taken. The commentator said something. Say, a young kofo say a fluke. Say anytime Arsenal back on when I was striker. No, Omudi Abranti friend Mikel Merino Abidjan. And you fluke. The guy is dangerous inside the box, even though on your striker. He scored against Chelsea. Then he scored against Aston Villa also. And what he is giving Arsenal, even as a first number 9, and he is very, very good in the air too. Then came the moment of truth, Rich. Something was going to give. Pressure on Villa for the master. Something was definitely going to give a Abranti friend Emiliano Buendia in the goal mouth melee. A ball Raya stretch, but Untimi Arsenal are beaten by Tima, your friend Aston Villa. Now 9 wins in 10 top flight games. That is the kind of former United Emirates and in the Aston Villa team. Tima, taking advantage of the NATO Arsenal pano was Man City. Rich, league na here bono. So we do be a chino top for one. Again, no to one fairly. And City make sure say they did that superbly.
Run checking on the mobile.
Yes, starting ball now and check and Ruben Diaz shoot panai first goal. Then the next event corner Guardiola wa head the ball na say. Now Rich Ryan check.
I go in the mobile.
What do you say? Oba team a friend of Man City ye na can say. Abranten no work ethics yet. Without the ball on said that you player or Hano or be defend their money. But a City or woman dominating possessing in there. Saboni Kutania. He is one of the most exciting players out there. And he is too skillful and with elegance as our phone. So what was training? Rich on the near City Belusu out near Park so no way he pa but on the near City Bel we know near Park so Rich. He is one of the most exciting players. Ubetimenya. Ni assist now the man for the no so video ni bia. Just go to Man City or X account or na ekosha ni assist na or the mom Robono pass and Abranti Feno for the edit ahead the shame. Rich all of a sudden for Foden the form. And unim say now even in games are Ellen Allen Anshan. We don't come here and say one city watching because Foden has started taking some of the shine and so away from Ellen Haaland any pressure no. Rich scoreline ain't any problem. Liverpool release say Liverpool are in crisis. But the issue with Mo Salah na minwie. Say obo na asam na okan no tofa. O say eya kwakwa say Liverpool coach no e pese ode ne nsa kire ono Mo Salah so ono no ye problem no. But oni coach no enyaje. Na asam okan nyina. Now Rich, I disagree with Salah. We are say, idea doing is to be self-critical. Send someone to toa.
So I will tell us no
answer. Show yes, we show one kasa one. Edin ba. And to say warrior, in someone to toa bia. Mostly, the first thing the pakwa can say aso bi na yeme. Aso bi mpebasem. Edin say bibi ba to no one kasa adi we dia me am hwede e tutu mi ya. Me say me ankasa na me di ade na ba me ho so. Rich, the numbers is dwindling. Ube came about analysis some months ago.
Na you no go Liverpool team no. No go na problem. No go na dey perform.
You see Rich. Omo man can o ma dey perform no. Who are their replacement in the team? So oga so bench Van Dijk and one the Bible. Oga so bench Kunata one the Bible. When him there are players on what team anymore. Even though on form are deep, but Rich, they don't have replacements. Football now a competitive environment. Look, these are the numbers. Last season, as at 18 games in all competitions, no Mo Salah, the contribution to go 22. Rich, this season 8. So now from 22 to 80 there. How do you expect to enjoy the same privileges? And then the problem no. So I was just say the wire in the past have earned him the position. I know correct. But when you drop like this in your numbers, Rich, how do you expect say the position will be given to you like a bet rights? It's like I am appalling. Now let me show you something. Rich, Mo Salah from 2020 to 2021. She every year be 3.5 shots per 90 minutes. The following year, 4.3 shots per 90 minutes. 3.3 shots per 90 minutes. 3.8 shots per 90 minutes. 3.2 shots per 90 minutes. Rich, this season, he's doing 2.5 per 90 minutes. She's a old draw graph about Mo Salah. The chances are Rich Okretia should be a graph na deep about the drew.
I think he knows dive.
Yes.
And you cry.
It's a normal from and it's a normal from Sana. Rich, you will expect. That is why we run when you say I went and say no Kayano a send a legacy. Look, the AFCON Michael Owen the other room. Rich, it makes perfect sense. Say, oh sir. Na enche bi abeje e wakwa. Which don't you think say any coach be on planning there will start say okay, Abantene we may lose him for 1 month. And then let me start planning without him. Now me my Abantene in bench. Now me je team ametimi build without him. So okwa AFCON eba. Now he comes in a different light. No be competing afa or tell me say obetime rema. No me never be rema to reach. When the anyasem gidi bia the numbers for Salah e ko form. And so I never be on for one. He shouldn't go and no to and no man at the back park and so which maintenance equano me can send me the code baby. But last week me can send me say if we this week equal and it is starting tomorrow. Me sell one more per bet in one team ye. It is starting tomorrow. Me say per 100 cities tour. We are doing a 3 days roll over to 100 cities or China. Only 3 odds. Apart from the other coast number, or the 3 odds for the rollover. So, ultra 3 odds na eboma, you get 300 cities. we will do the 300 series in another rollover of a 3 odds. That will give you 900. Yes, I the 900 no two munasi extra another 3 odds. That will give you approximately 2,700. Betway will always give you odds new boosts until we are talking about somewhere around 3,000 with 100 series in 3 days rollover. No, start Ochina into Ochina yeba. You best start ISR the enemy bon kaye. Send a bear prepare na yetimi akobro yeskano. I hear I'm a bit, you know. Eddie, I'm rich. You go to Fonny house here from Tintu.
Bia the hour. Tim's in me, no, bia the hour. Then, Humbo has match in Vino. And has fancy be on me now for friend was it. Richard, I'm said it in the brofona or per brofu cadodo. By result, no for me. Brofo,
but who say?
Brofo.
Maybe I'm not. I will not describe it as petty, but maybe they are bro for some mommy. But Rich, voice now about from Didi. Do you what you say the organ? Because it seems say the organ any resources your parking so no. A bebra. Rich, what could game work Karela? What lose 2-0. Ne busa say who game they say anywhere Lucia. You don't come and tell us you had control and
I say obo game we be or the press conference now or taka. So on person who need team no so our identity.
No, but you see
on only team where so control.
You see Rich, minister of voice. Yeah. Say utie voice no. Na utie unim results na cause game no na. He wasn't speaking to the game.
Okay, be different.
I said, oh, didn't come up baby. Because the controller now won our work. Knowing in conforming threats in transitions now work. Ningina no sebi anya juma. Okay, you had control of the game and you were beating 2-0. You knew in conforming how they would transit and they beat you 2-0.
But how's the goes no consider? I think the blame should be on the defenders and the goalkeeper.
Entina make say. So I didn't did the bar post match no.
Maybe your control game no, but the difference in the goalkeeper and then letting it down.
Which say pre-match, especially post-match. The person who can want some, something linked with the results.
Yabo game baby.
And whether you control it or not, there must a crucial power game in him, and he said you've considered 2 goals. And you as the coach, you expected to say, oh, Abia game no me per control, but me are too lack of concentration, and like say something that is linked to the results. But to Utia did the press conference now, it's as if he was talking about the game he has won. Minister, I'm going to assume you say, "Oh, the voice no more mutiny." Say, "Okay." As somebody did he can, and the results never game, and no one come on and out.
I think for half of all, Colusu 2-0. At the Macarena away. Now, what the NTA Asamna Ayala did Kankra appear there to my mind. Did he after the game against Karela? No, I say about the same Mulusi 2-0.
We controlled the game and we got an upset when we were more controlling. When we had the opponents, back seated, and also we were much aware of their transitional play, where we needed to make the right decisions in those key moments. I think that we need to learn to defend better in terms of shutting off. And the disappointing part is that it's something that we knew about. It's something that we have worked on, trying as much as possible to stop the opponents from crossing, and also to be ready for second ball situations. And we got punished for that. And I think that we needed to also be more clinical in moments where we control and more functional in terms of our offense.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I said after the minimum say be so na no jina baby
no see
because maybe me didi. But the meme again say ebia didi think that okay game me lose here. Me lose game no. But on only fools and the defense and the goalkeeper because baby say what here or say ade ba ko catch the boys say Karela for no me very good on cross ball na. It you make sure say some cross no the call 18 box and goal no. Emba.
Say bounce.
Sa and no so na ba on the
first boss. That's it. We know second boss.
That's it.
No, you know Rich, you see. Let me say this blunt truth.
And Chedidi
to House of Folk for.
Okay.
Share. se offer has team no siwa. Rich. Who can player for player. Rich, Mekacho say unya 5 players from Haas team now. In the context of even the Ghana League, you will expect them to give you consistent performances. What about Haas 3? Ransford, Yabua, Rich. On Sunday backup in Papa Pebiao. But do you expect Ransford to give you consistent Ghana Premier League top level performances? No. Amankwa Befi on your right back. He is a compromised right back. But Rich, we are talking about Amankwa Befi last season. He went on loan from House of Oak. How do you expect Amankwa Befi or compromising to play right back? Not since Oba has on sudden ye BBS from Kubia to give you consistent performance at right back. Untimi. Play be say Paco. Play be say Rafael and Ponsa. I'm not saying they are bad players, but Rich, at the elite level of your football in Ghana,
I want to be more consistent performance.
They should be fair to themselves.
As a result, that
is the reason why, Rich, any team BR or Team Koji League, no, our depth, pa. Look, Kotoko team Mpoye, Rich, when Lord Amwanya available, Hamza Tabasobo, Shaibu Plow, that young right back. So look at the depths. Sene, se Patrick Seduniwa. Nasa Joseph Amwa elbow Kotoko left back now. Rich, do you see any difference? Afu Krasus ho. Afu was one of the best left backer. Kotoko Koto on the field became hot bench. So I available so enti has team no. My problem is say omo do money atu so to give them title contenders consistent performance, you know. Omundu ho. Antonim, one share you may blame the coach, you may blame the players, but Rich, you can't give what you don't have. If you see a way, untimi ma adia uni. Enti Paco money, Ransford money, Amankwa Befi money has players, you know. Rich, Frank Dukumono, they can't give you what they don't have. They are not on do side level. Your expectations on them is too high for them. That is the reality. Rich, one low one say will be Pilebekosro. So one low one will be Pilebekosro.
Asante Koronso Lucy to a newly promoted side, Hoa United. 1-0. The almost point game no Yente KMZ2. Although very, very disappointed in Koroko first half.
To be serious with you, I'm disappointed in our first half performance. I wasn't happy at all, and they had a good free kick and it resulted in a goal. So there's nothing wrong about the free kick, but I think we didn't play well in the first half. To be honest with you, we were tactical in this.
Now the second half was a much improved performance where we saw you attacking and shooting from behind. Was that a specific instruction?
That was the instruction. Because when you look at our game all the time, we create chances, we don't score. So most of our training of late is about goal scoring. Then why didn't you score? Why do you wait till you have been scored before you?
Okay, and the times it on no first half in the day. Kotoko Oma Moshi.
Before Fifi Bebemuno. Masama make in simple. I link with the Kotoko Tenno. Look. If a concentration in Iowa Kotokone has, you will not even appreciate Karela any what they have, any Hohoi and what they have. Karela team, they've invested in the team power, and they have one of the best coaches in Nuruddin Amadou. Yes, he did a good coach. Did a good coach because Waji League in that. But Rich, Amadou Waji League, with Samates.
Yeah.
And Obanifia, you should expect someone also the quality babo. And it is not an analysis only from the Haas angle. Karela also had quality and a very, very good technical person. And all that.
Exactly.
Now you go to Huawei. Rich. Last Saturday, I make a captain was some Sofian. And Umun is saying, good player. Daniel said, they know about Huawei for 6, Cookie. Or Tonsuya,
Willie now 2 free kick say no. Oh ya to boy. Willie ya ne na de be e bobo at us back so. These are very very good players. And the last time Inti Menu Babo special Watonsu. He played for the Wafa old players. And boy na mekana some Daniel was at the other side. The end no ball for number 6. Rich, do you think he said say omunya chance no move against Kotoko? Bibi eto muso na say bibi. No. Now Bonnie shared it was always going to be like a tight game. The difference was one mistake, not paying attention to details. Rich, Bona will share and William Odro or to share. I will not take anything away from him, any technique ni de yosibo or Boboni yepa. But Rich, I think say Kotoko goalkeeper Mo Kamara made 2 mistakes. One shani one year. And a goalkeeper there, fundamentally Rich, so what you stand at the other side of the wall. But when the more come out, what to war one to you, and what's a coach in a war next year? Our park in Fifi. And it baby quite done. I ain't a war on the side no. And I will so space net on his son. Rich, then he placed it there. And for me, it was a wrong position from Mokama. And no man any chance. Okay. So bet me as service Africa now. After
Nation share allows a come in moment take about on
a Saturday.
Basaki Holy Stars, Obian Shebi Media Mashi 2-1. Editor Charles Samatex. And you say Ghost Stars, have you Ghost Stars?
Just first goal.
Yeah.
And the media match show. I was surprised at the end and say,
and so it shall be 2-1. Vision ne young apostles will be intimate and Shebi now All Blacks. Friday no try 11 the second normal. Intimate Antikovi. Brian now. The Ghana Premier League.
Kotoko form me a very abysmal. This was a similar form that put Nati Prosper Ogum under pressure. And in fact, eventually led to a sack. Didi Dramani, Karim Zito was supposed to come in. Not also Sanyo man stabilize the ship, no, but it hasn't been the same. I can always understand the conversation around players, but the form is abysmal. Which in the last 5 years, I
can't even use you as an excuse.
But for how long? You see, that's the thing with coaching. Wait me, the excuse are, but for how long?
But players in here,
exactly. So I say whether players in one or some more, so results don't turn around that. And only I was saying something around Didi Dramani. AndOkrasma Didi Dramani, I can be a son of
yes, or
control. Especially beer control.
Go Metiana.
Beer control. Now start here, we controlled the first ball, second ball. In the fans, they can say brofu. They are not lying. I mean, I don't mean it in a demeaning way, but then intro, he constantly says that, and it is because results name my say did he no catch us who are bow control at jebo 4-3-1-1 would you a fan care on phone? But say one shana be control. That's when a carpenter will come to Bobby Man and tell you so no a carpenter, but because the resources it's because at the end of the day, a result oriented.
Yeah.
Results need one man. I can say we a salesperson. They are what at the end of the day. So if the result is not there, nobody actually cares. These numbers from Kotoko are worrying. Which open to once national Kotoko away games from Abo in recent times when Kotoko go away from home. The last time Basaka Stars they lost. Hoho United lost.
Vision Susha.
Yes, Uncle Samates Kobo draw Horum. Then Vision Uncle Kobo draw 0-0 actually. Whack Kobo honestly you trying to team probably crowd Horum. So Kotoko is struggling when they go away from home. But the general performance is bad. And
again, was about the strikers who meet goals, no?
And it's strikers who go.
I don't know.
Well, what has
happened? Because the training guys they say I about come here shooting because to me create chance about don't mean in their training be shooting but still no. In the second half I could RP game no still go now.
Which everybody does shooting. I'm sorry that my job is my job gives me the chance to look at things from the hindsight. And in China, maybe they easy, or not any easy. But I also have to do my job. Which, whether shooting or not shooting, the average Kotoko fan doesn't want to hear that. It's a Kotoko. And again, I'm not even interested in just one game against Ohoe. Because Ohoe gave them a share. Kotoko are not bad. They played good football. Especially in the second half, like he says. It's a mini problem or so much in the camp. But there are many games at Kotoko bar. The results don't seem to come. Again, Kotoko betima bobo efenyina. It is only going to sound like as an excuse to the Kotoko fan. They be said Kozito Bano because you're shooting. And the fan because a senior. Then okay. So say Kotoko bobo efe they will start to win to gain confidence because it is psychological ade. Area because Kwampo can shoot. Peter Amido can shoot. Those that are fit and are playing. No make me about shot ashe. But it is psychological. You lose confidence. And reach whatever the case is. When you lose confidence, it affects you. Yeah. Emotionally, it affects you. It's a confidence loss. Can a team work on a cycle of the players because the result is getting too bad? For a class of folk, they knew said they were going away to Tamale was going to be difficult for them. Indeed, apart from that, what is going on with Benjamin Asari? Now, I want to know. Philabiana.
No. That's why I have available on pride.
But on that. And then now, goalkeeper no better, no so you mistake.
Elementary mistake, pa. I mean, be glad. Keeper. Maybe, and then I make say, did it or bench or no? Or has game now no more bono. Any goals no more concede na. Yes, or concede 2 goals. But they be a game he controlled.
Operation and events injury or a Benjamin Asari.
Oh, okay.
Injury on 3 matches straight.
Can you have to believe it? Because somebody must have prior he is house number 1, especially Echo World Cup here. Many also say they will jeopardize the chances.
Second choice goalkeeper no.
Agbesi.
And also
Solomon Agbeshi. Only die.
And Oba ya dey pa.
Agbesi used to be a very good goalkeeper.
No, even in the absence of Benjamin, 3 games I know than here. He had kept clean sheet. I think it was just a bad day. It's a motivation so am yanka. Oh, yeah, almost here the house players like 3 months. Yentua.
And then they say no. And they say no.
And scano mo jom there.
Scano
when it is.
You your benze Range Rover.
Amusu garlic bitters.
Medi di prosper. My man papa na medi ayedin. Inti mesle Ghana for nyina. Mo fa inhira so na mo mboae na me mbenyin nyepanyin pa. Na nya me be hyiam.
Brunya said rubiemu. Ye mofrey, ye wo no moden. Eno nti na me ohima binewa. Me to nsa fra o sadie ne kura wo. Eye mu, eye anwa, eye ntoma, eye ntade, eye sikade a. Me fa namba yi mawo. Na kakra bi ekura wo fi se. Na me asem me yeti asese nia wo de fam no, o de fam awurade. Na nia wo de ma no wo hye na nemu nti. Ye kura wo bi aketo bi ensua. Namba wo beti media faso no ye 0550 068822 0550 068822. Edi ebeba no eye insure donations. Ebeti me so de wo de no afa Western Union ananso se MoneyGram e was 0552827834 0552827834. Ye yesre wo ye mofra yi wonum dan me ne umienu sa feyin so wo niema se doso se ye ketua bi na opese mi ankasa me ba be fa number we so na obefra yesi 032208357 wo fra ye ne a baby awo bia ye beba be fa de ekuta wo brenyen kame ho na ye nhye mofra yi afunumu
Medi di prosper. Me my papa na medi ayedin. Inti misle Ghana fo nyina. Mo fa inshla so na mo mboae na me mbenyin nya panyin pa. Na nya me be hyiam.
Bronya sadru biemu. Ye mofrey ye wo no moden. Eno nti na me ohema binewa. Me to nsa fra o sadie ne kura wo. Eye mu, eye anwa, eye ntoma, eye ntade, eye sikade a. Me fa number yi mawo. Na kakra bi ekura wo fi se. Na me asem ye ti asese nia wo de fam no. O de fam awurade. Na nia wo de ma no Shana nemu nti ye kura wo bia ketewa bia nsua number obeti media faso ne 0550 068822 0550 068822 edin ebeba no eye insure donations obeti me so de odi en wafa Western Union announce se MoneyGram e was 0552827834 0552827834 yesre wo ye mofrey wonum dan me ne umienu sa feyin so wo niema se doso se ye ketua bi na opese mi ankasa me ba be fa number we so na obefra yesi 032208357 wo fra ye ne a baby awo bia ye beba be fa de ekuta wo brenyen kame ho na ye nhye mofra yi afunumu
Medi di prosper. Me my papa na medi ayedin. Inti misle Ghana fo nyina. Mo fa inshla so na mo mboae na me mbenyin nya panyin pa. Na nya me be hyiam.
Bronya sadru biemu. Ye mofrey ye wo no moden. Eno nti na me ohema binewa. Me to nsa fra o sadie ne kura wo. Eye mu, eye anwa, eye ntoma, eye ntade, eye sikade a. Me fa number yi mawo. Na kakra bi ekura wo fi se. Na me asem ye ti asese nia wo de fam no. O de fam awurade. Na nia wo de ma no Shana nemu nti ye kura wo bia ketewa bia nsua number obeti media faso ne 0550 068822 0550 068822 edin ebeba no eye insure donations obeti me so de odi en wafa Western Union announce se MoneyGram e was 0552827834 0552827834 yesre wo
Kone kosua de 3 months na wawie school yi omatete eye akunini bebre a ne uram into construction and mining na omo ewomu a omo so eye omadwuma aniti mesrawo school nso kobi na abeboa ama nso wanya adwuma pa etimi aye ye kire se de so operate forklift backhoe grader bulldozer excavator and dump truck ni na 3 months no wawie what them fabrication so no eye ade a oko school obetimi ISA course no enso your boss zongu mpacha your hostela ufre chichi na eba benya baby edi uti ato 0539 732766 yawo asase yantam edda ebuakwa housing opposite John Ajekum Kufo estate no enenti se wo pass asase na ode aye wadia na wafre number na onso no wetimi akwakoto ayasase na na so ni wura no edi ho enkomo me ba to number ni 0540 112434 0540 112434 na wafre na onsa enso etimi akasase a eda ebuakwa housing opposite John Ajekum Kufo estate ho anyway betwe
ese no bronya no Bonfa stores are changing the way the bronya.
Sure.
They say bronya ye nini said they be I didn't in the and a crobia ye ni momo for a certain period year nim. Over 6 months how ko baby any omo bronya no. E drew Easter ye koko. They say over Ghana e drew bronya ye quarter credit. the carnival ni enije ni nyina atakrade na wo bonfa store say ode takrade na tie ni ye omomu wo fie omote Ghana wa manone a utie insure FM a eya wo say me ko Ghana kodi Christmas ina we kokra hefa na de be na manya niji a broso because a vacation na me kono bonfa stores amana ye easy e the amount or the nyina from the 24th of December to 28th ye ko takrade na takrade na ye kono ubenya o luxurious bars e do be ko baby a wokwa koda no enso very very luxurious accommodation na carnival no ho ntare ni access ni baby a kama eni anigie packages ni nyina no bonfasa nyanto bo ahyehyɛ ne kama enti bronya we die so benya ultimate Xmas experience a bonfa stores orange December no ena yede nyina yede ho kɔbata yebetimi akɔ from 24th to 28th na bonfa se men kanche mo amono ne say bia wo from no na ba so 24th to 28th dey short mami be se me tena ho cha ye obey from 7 to 14 days package so a yebetimi edi amount hwe odia ne say obeka sampa me nhia fo no any passports for ne nyina na ye kwakogie ni frɛ anasa test sa number we 0531 090068 0531 090068 and I said 0531 085235 0531 085235 na secret ne say ofra and I said o test ya catch you say power sports for no and a free ne test almost special discount any package bia omo de beta 20 bronya we dey orange December with bonfa stores ye kota krade ni akogie ni ako release stress bet we say menkayo say games no enya ende enti no so unye njai say u disca with them bet influencer no won so awutie wo a wo hwe yen o ye bet influencer Emma Betway shisha o bet e o Betway o uni code no share na from code no enter bet na onso so enye sika e show bottom brother way don't give any money chance o tisika bia wo bia also di bibia no na what dey be bet influencer e o Betway exclusively betting company bia ni ho I am also akonya we Betway nko a na edema only 18 years and watch one film so when the 18 years are all bet here na wa bet responsibly Betway almost get way more.
I'm just saying, Yami had my best sign anymore as she had Cassia to us. So you buy an obra at one. Him have been one team no atrasi at the Jumedino. Abre, Yakramina news and at Wasso.
Francophones.com